868686 and schedule your consultation now.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Friday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do have a wonderful program set up for you today. It's so delightful, the program we have today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there. Woke News will do that for you. Amber's only got a wonderful package to tell you about. Again, another one of these great packages they put together over at Corona Cigar. Primetime Kitchen with Amy Drew Thompson in the 4 o'clock hour, including Nicole Dupre as well. We'll talk to bassist Jeff Pilson today. Currently plays bass for Foreigner, but really is kind of a rock legend in the world of bass guitar. That's 520 trivia. Text topics all day long, your phone calls as well. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Throws me off when Ross is in here, and I don't get to say Ross thoughts. My apologies for that stroke I had right there in the middle of it. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. You can find us on social easily. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all at Jim Colbert Show, The Jim Colbert Show, Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. And every day you can find us at JimColbertLive.com. Good Friday, everybody.
Seem a little lost with Ross gone.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird.
Midwest.
When you get in the habit of doing something, you go around the room every day for all these days, and he's not there. I called Alejandro Ross yesterday, and when you look down, I'm so used to 6 o'clock hour having Ross thoughts at the top of the hour, I don't see it, and I freak out.
Well, that's you calling Alejandro Ross is like the equivalent of any parent calling any child by another child's name.
Oh, we have something to talk about that a little bit later in the program as well. It's kind of interesting. Jack, I know you're going to be out tomorrow as well.
Yeah, tomorrow is the Touch a Truck event out in Seminole County. It's the disaster equipment showcase, and they take the fire trucks and all the emergency vehicles and all the stuff all on the near Fort Mellon Park on the Sanford waterfront.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right there. And I'll be out there with the Real Radio van as well,
cool.
Because during disasters, what do? We go to 24-hour disaster coverage of hurricanes and stuff.
That's exactly what we do.
I'll be hanging out there, and I'll get to meet Alan Harris in person.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Attention, mom and dads. All you have to say is, you want to go see a fire truck?
Right.
You know what? It's a family. It's free to the public, but it's all for families, and they get to see all the stuff that goes into it. And it's usually a pretty wild thing. And the weather's supposed to be great.
Absolutely perfect.
Right on the water in Sanford. It's going to be great.
Man, I don't know if it has that same allure anymore, but as a young man back in the day, if you were around like a tractor trailer or a Jeep or like any of the military equipment in my hometown, we have an armory, like a National Guard thing. So there's stuff there. Occasionally they would be in the parades and whatnot. Oh God, man. Yeah. I don't know. Fire trucks just have a magical effect on young men, don't they?
Yeah, and having the Real Radio van is, hey, it's a van, but I wanted stuff to get out, and the only thing I could find are the Real Radio stamped wooden matches.
Okay.
I think
that's all we have, right?
You can give to kids, right?
Yeah, sure, you can do that.
Sure, they're not going to play with them in the dark in their closet.
The fire trucks are right here.
Yeah,
what better way to teach a lesson?
Right, yeah.
And just so you know, it's not just young boys that are fascinated by fire trucks. I'm just setting you straight, Colbert.
I'm sorry, my God almighty.
Well, you don't have to apologize to him. You can start with me first and then end up there. And all the other females listening are like, I like a damn fire truck,
too. You're right.
too.
God, okay, I'm sorry.
They're cool.
I'm
up
talking
close.
About from my era, when I was a young man, little girls did not mess with fire trucks. It was like a little boy thing for sure. Like with heavy equipment, like bulldozers and whatnot, little girls didn't mess with that.
Well, not bulldozers, but anything with emergency siren lights and, especially when you see a fire truck that's tricked out.
Oh, man.
When they've got the spinny lights in the front, you're like, ooh, how much extra did you spend?
Was that the 1950s? They want their gender classification back.
It's like the 50s. That was at least until the 80s.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
At least, maybe even later. I think
Yeah,
the 90s is when all that other stuff started, right?
Yeah, no. I would say it's kind of like it was a pimple. It kind of came to a head in the 90s.
Yeah, I think at the 70s is when that thing started getting rolling, where you know, women can be firefighters too. You know, but by the 90s, it was like you didn't even question it. It was just like, yeah, sure you can, no problem.
Yeah.
You can do it. I'm not arguing anymore. I promise. Everything's good. Fight it.
Way to celebrate Women's History Month, Jim.
I'm just saying.
You're on a roll, my love. You're on a roll.
I'm not fighting it. That's good.
I know you're not.
If you want to submit your complaints in person, write it out. I'll collect them tomorrow from 10 till 2 at Sanford Waterfront.
This is going to be a great Friday.
And I'll give them the gym on Monday, and we can read them on the air.
Right. Because women shouldn't be able to talk on the mic.
Yeah.
Hey, I worked with a couple of PDs, actually. No, I worked with a couple of PDs that hate going to radio reunions because it's nothing but a sausage fest.
Oh, yeah.
Because when they were on the air, there were no women at the radio station.
Well,
so
how boring is that?
Maybe they should have thought about then when they had the ability to hire people.
Exactly.
God, how lame would that be? Like, that would be the lamest thing ever.
Yeah, so then, you know, it was in the 70s, just like on that 70s show when she got her first job on the radio.
What a shame to regret misogynist hiring practices at your retirement party. You know, it's like, when there was a chance you could have done something about it.
Damn, I didn't think this through.
That may have been, was that like the first career that when that whole gender identification thing for careers started kind of fizzling and fading away? Wasn't that one of those definitive careers that when a woman got, like, you could say that was like a notch in the belt of feminism? Like, is that even considered feminism? Is that what that is?
No, just
like equality.
Equality.
Okay.
Just, you know.
Was it Robin Roberts on ESPN or Linda Cohn?
They were about the same time. Robin Roberts was.
I thought that was that's where guys found it emasculating because it's like a woman knows more about sports than me, and that's like, whoa.
And buddy, let me tell you, we're seeing that to this day. I mean, what was it in the past 12 months? It's gigantic news that a female is now a referee in the NFL or a manager in Major League Baseball.
Well, and these are welcome changes, but for the longest time it was what? Females in the locker room? How's that going to work?
We know how it worked. Dudes weren't cool.
No, exactly.
They were not.
They were not.
And then somebody just said mailman was one of those. Like when did the U.S. Post Office start allowing females to deliver mail? God, that sounds so weird to even say it.
Say allow. Yeah, right.
Like, but when did they start hiring
letter carriers?
For that position? I wonder when that was.
I would have to say it would be the 70s as well, because I don't imagine much before that.
Wow.
Tell you what, we're going to get answers to all of these questions and give them all to you on Tuesday, which is International Women's Day.
But I got to tell you what, though, the late, great Ruth Bader Ginsburg, it wasn't until her death that I realized what a profound impact that she had. Because it was her decisions that women could have their own credit card.
Right. Oh,
women could move out. Women could move out and sign their own lease.
72, Jimmy.
Before that,
we were alive and this was going on.
Literally, before that, a woman could not sign her own lease. And
that is unbelievable.
The generation, Jimmy, of our moms being single moms would have absolutely been impossible if those rulings hadn't been in place, because how are you going to rent a place for you and your two kids if you can't put your name on the damn lease and you can't get a credit card?
I remember my mom, I just remembered this as you were saying that, and you're right 100%. I remember my mom getting visited by a traveling salesman, and they were selling vacuum cleaners. Mm-hmm. Probably it had to have been a Kirby salesman. And I don't know why this just flashed into my head, but as we were talking about this, which was unplanned, by the way, I remember specifically the knock on the door. My father would have been at work at the time. Her opening the door, and what do you think he said to her?
Is the husband home?
Yeah, is the man of the house home.
Right.
Like, I remember that. That is so bananas. You know who else was pivotal in doing that as well was Billie Jean King.
Very much so.
You know, people get caught up in her sexuality. That's only part of her, of course, but she was absolutely instrumental in making that push for equality in the workplace, looking at women as equal partners in the workplace as opposed to tellers or personal assistants or secretaries or teachers
Go
or
back
your stereotypical women jobs.
Exactly. There's someone that we worked with in the newsroom whose father was like in a 1950s TV show, and he brought it up on YouTube to show us his father's part. And it's a scene in an office where the secretary walks in. It's a mundane scene, right? It's just two men talking. Secretary walks in to hand some papers. The guest, the guy who's visiting the guy's office, as she turns to leave, he pats her on the ass.
Oh, man.
And she looks over her shoulder like, you POS, but it was just so commonplace. It was just...
Back then, you had to be like, oh, you scallywag, don't do that anymore.
No, I mean, she was an older woman who was not happy
really?
about
Okay.
it. It was the entitlement that he thought that he had. He didn't even question it. He didn't even see her look back because her reaction meant nothing to him. He already got what he wanted. He got to touch her ass.
I'll be damned. Somebody just texted and said it was, I think maybe police officer would have been
That is another one, yeah.
Would have been one of those, like when you saw the first female, like deputy, like
Right.
out there.
Officer, trooper.
Right, out there, doing the job, carrying the gun, doing the whole 9 yards. That was a big change. And man, I do not remember seeing that like most of my early life, especially as a kid. There were simply no female cops in my hometown. And even moving down here, it took a while to see one. There just weren't many here. I moved here in 85. So I just never encountered many female officers. And I mean, now it's commonplace.
It is. But at the same time, you can see where Val Demings was so, ceiling shattering.
Right, yeah.
Black
Crazy.
woman, first female police chief in the city of Orlando's history. So we have come a long way. We still have a ways to go, but
I mean, we were making a big deal about a female ref. I mean, it's a ref. I mean,
know.
You can see whether or not there was a foul or not. It's not like you need to have a penis to
in
be
a
able to
male-dominated sport,
to be able
though.
to see that. But you're right. But it shouldn't be news.
I know.
Like if you think about it, just because she's a female does not mean that she cannot call a holding.
That said, but it also should be celebrated when a first of these barriers, when these glass ceilings are broken and these barriers are crossed.
Without question. I'm not even questioning that. It's just amazing that it still makes. It's 2022. The stuff we're talking about started 50 years ago,
right?
And still, a female ref or a female baseball manager makes gigantic news for a week.
Well, as long as they're back home to have dinner on the table in time, there is no issue with me.
And that is the clause that I demanded.
I bet you did. I know your wife.
You know who's cooking that dinner, kid. All right, 407.
1950s at the door again.
Tell those son of a bitches to go away. The man of the house isn't here.
Yes, I am.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 7703. I was telling Deb before the show, there was a really interesting story I read today. And the job market out there that we know, by the way, the job numbers today just came out, and they're amazing. I mean, we saw growth in the American economy that we've really been waiting on. I think we added almost over 750,000 jobs, and there's some other stuff happening. But I did see a really interesting story today that says this job market is exceptionally good for a group of people. And I'll give you guys a shot on trying to figure out what that is, but when you hear the reason why, it makes perfect sense. I also want to ask, because Lindsey Graham, our wonderful Senator Lindsey Graham, made comments about assassinating Vladimir Putin, which was met with immediate bipartisan dum-dum. You cannot use language like that with an idiot like this.
I thought this guy was smarter than you.
No, I will have a little bit about him coming up in Woke News.
So with that said, I wonder, Ukraine's President Zelensky has said now on the record, I think, that he believes there have been at least 3 attempts on his life with assassination. With a group of Russians, he said, that arrived in the country about a week ago.
Chechens.
3 opportunities or 3 chances at trying to kill this guy. I think one was the same exact poison they used on Navalny, and some other, they were intercepted by intelligence. My thing is this: what happens if that guy gets taken out? What happens if Zelensky gets assassinated? Because, I mean, isn't that one of those escalating things, considering how assassination is looked at with international law? I mean, it's not like we haven't had people in our scope that need to be taken out, that you can't do it just simply because of the politics of making a move of that nature.
Yeah.
But what happens if that guy does get taken out? I mean, do the Russians attempt to try to deny that it was them?
Of course.
And then, of course, we know that's not the truth because this is in their playbook. What happens then, man?
Nothing.
Really? Like another Khashoggi type thing?
Or just, no, a casualty of war. He's in a war city. He didn't evacuate, right?
But he is the leader of the country, and we do have international laws that are supposed to regulate things of that nature. Hell, they're supposed to have had a ceasefire to get out to evacuate people. So if you are willing to have that kind of decorum, but in the same sense, using the word assassination, I don't know, man. There's weird stuff happening over there, and I'm sure we'll get an update on what's going on with Deb's news. Speaking of that, what's happening?
Yeah, we're going to do just that, Jimmy. The U.S. ambassador to the UN says nuclear plants cannot be part of the invasion of Ukraine. That's from the file of Duh. Disney addresses Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay bill. And speaking of Disney, Minnie Mouse finally gets her due. We'll talk about that and more coming up during Woke News.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Back with Deb's news. More of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio. And then tell your smart speaker to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio again. Someone's always got to mess with it.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Traveling on Orange Avenue this afternoon, you can expect delays from an accident north of Oak Ridge Road at Hoffner Avenue. There's stop-and-go traffic on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and Osceola Polk Line Road, and heavy delays on I-4 westbound between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. Expect slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between State Road 46 and St. John's River Bridge. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Panera. With Panera's You Pick Two, create your perfect meal with over 465 pairings to satisfy every mood. Feeling fresh? Hello Asian Crunch Salad. Feeling bold? Yes, Thai Chicken Soup. Panera, the familiar made fantastic. $1 delivery on their app.
Man, let me tell you something. If you're looking for a grill, look no further than Tools Ace Hardware. They are your grilling headquarters. Big Green Egg, Traeger, Weber, and now Napoleon grills as well, plus a lot of even-built gas grills as well. Not to mention they refill propane. They have every flavor of wood pellet, chips, chunks in stock, plus a wide variety of charcoals as well, and even that Brazilian hardwood charcoal for your Big Green Egg, plus sauces and rubs from national brands to local brands, including ours, the Jim Colbert Show Spices and Rubs there right now. Plus, they have a service tech specializes in grills to help you with any repair or warranty issues as well. Free assembly and delivery always. It's Tools Ace Hardware, your grilling headquarters. Find your grill today at toolsacehardware.com.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, don't speak to the insurance company. They aren't your friend, and any statement you give them could be used against you. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Ready to save more on your mobile bill? With Spectrum Mobile, get unlimited data and nationwide 5G for just $29.99 per month when you get 2 or more lines. All with no contracts, added taxes, or hidden fees. And now for a limited time, you can save up to $300 on the new Samsung Galaxy S22 series. This is the epic new smartphone you've been waiting for. Visit SpectrumMobile.com today for details. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Subject to change. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for offer details.
This Friday and Saturday, experience a free live Vicari auto auction at Desertland Park, Orlando. Classic hot rods, trucks, movie cars like the original Mad Max car. And Mach 5 Speed Racer starts at 10 a.m. There's fun for the whole family with over 17 indoor attractions like a $200 million auto museum, karting, jumping, bowling, and more. This is Desertland Park, Orlando, located on iDrive.
At 7-Eleven, 6 days of coffee equals a 7th cup free when you scan the 7-Eleven app. Drink coffee twice a day, that's 2 free a week. Math tastes good. 7-Eleven, you brew you. Terms and conditions apply. See 711.com for more details.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free, Orlando? Book your 2022 cruise today with Norwegian and enjoy 35% off all cruises to Alaska, Europe, and more. We'll even help you get there with free airfare for second guest. Plus, enjoy free open bar, free specialty dining, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Sell your used or junk car today. 800-962 Cars. It's the quick and easy way. 800-962 Cars. You will get top dollar pay. 800-962 962 cars. So sell your vehicle today. 800-962-CARS. If it doesn't run, we'll pick it up. 800-962-CARS. 962-CARS.
One day you're serving in the military, and then the next day you come home and you're dealing with an injury.
Britton is in recovery from an addiction to prescription opioids.
My opioid misuse and need got so strong. Addiction is hard. You're not going to fix it on your own. You have to reach out for help. The recovery side of it is amazing. You get to a place where you're proud of yourself again.
If you or someone you know is struggling, there is hope. Recovery is possible. Visit cdc.gov/RxAwareness.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Attention Central Florida. Only Autobuy pays you the max for your car, truck, SUV, boat, or ATV. If it has wheels, we'll buy it. If it floats, we will buy it for the max. Plus, get a $50 Amazon gift card for your in-person appraisal. Visit WePayTheMax.com.
Introducing the Amscott Installment Cash Advance. From $100 to $1,000 with no credit checks and flexible payment options. That's more money and more time to pay it back. Amscott. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
When life-changing events happen, it helps to have an attorney on your side. At those moments, Kramer Law is here to help take the burden off your shoulders. If you've been injured in an auto, truck, or motorcycle accident, Kramer Law is here to take care of you every step of the way. We charge you nothing unless we recover money for you. No matter what the legal issue, we're here to go to bat for you. Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Office is Altamont Springs.
Hey, what up, you freaking maniacs? It's Tommy Lee, and we're back, baby.
And this is Joe Elliott from Def Leppard.
iHeartRadio and all the bands and the stadium tour want you to have the ultimate experience at the show in Miami. We'll get you flights, hotel, and front row tickets to the show. Plus, you'll meet the crew, Def Leppard and Poison.
To win, open the free iHeartRadio app and listen to Slippery When Wet Radio.
And you're automatically entered.
Tickets for the stadium tour are on sale now at LiveNation.com.
This is going to be insane.
Good luck, and we'll see you there with iHeartRadio.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Radio 104.1.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text our show at 770-1 and actually use our brand new
Talkback.
Yeah, it's Talkback. I was trying to think of what you would call it, like what it actually is, but it's basically a
microphone feature.
Like a voice messenger.
Message.
There you go.
Yeah. Dispatch, voice message, talkback, whatever,
Yeah, just download the iHeartRadio app. It's free of charge. Go to Real Radio, and you'll see the microphone there. Send off your comment. We put them on the air all day long.
Yeah, do your best. Think about what you're sending. Roll the window up. You want to as quiet as possible so we can hear your message as clearly as possible.
Yeah.
You have 30 seconds to leave a message. Shorter is better.
Yep.
And as soon as you hit that button, it's going to come up. It'll start rolling. Just start talking, and we'll be, We'll take a handful of those, and we'll play them throughout the show today.
Cool. 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack is right over there. Ross will be back with us Monday. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Give him a listen tomorrow morning when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show. The U.S. ambassador to the UN says nuclear facilities simply cannot be part of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. During an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council earlier today, Linda Thomas-Greenfield said Russia must not interfere with more than a dozen nuclear power plants in Ukraine. Her comments followed a Russian attack on one nuclear facility. Russians took over, in fact, the largest nuclear plant in all of Europe this morning.
Yep.
Ukraine's nuclear regulators said potential disaster was avoided after a fire broke out at the plant. Meanwhile, it may feel like a return to the Cold War for U.S. Strategic Command at Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska. Now, for decades during the threat of nuclear annihilation, the controls to fire the weapons were manned by STRATCOM's predecessor at Offutt Strategic Air Command. Admiral Charles Richard told a congressional panel this week that STRATCOM has been busy as Russian President Vladimir Putin reminded the world of Russia's nuclear weapons capabilities during the ongoing invasion of Ukraine. However, and this is the good news, President Biden has not placed U.S. nuclear forces on high alert. Russian President Vladimir Putin says a third round of talks between his country and Ukraine will happen this weekend. Putin reportedly confirmed that meeting on a phone call with the German chancellor. A second round of talks resulted in just what you were mentioning, Jimmy, before we did woke news, and humanitarian corridors for civilians being agreed upon. And also a follow-up. Senator Lindsey Graham, for those who did not know, is now walking back those remarks he made about Putin. Appearing on Fox News last night, Graham urged Russians to rise up and kill Putin. He later returned to the network and called for Putin's arrest instead.
Very good. All right. Lindsey going hard, boy.
Oh, I saw the funniest tweet today on Twitter. Someone tweeted, sober Lindsey is waking up to find out what drunk Lindsey said on TV last night.
Lindsey Graham is one of those toys you have for your dog. That's a ball with a bunch of nodules, so when you throw it, you never know which way it's going to bounce. Right, exactly. That's Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
You never know. That guy's worth every penny of the ticket, though. You have no clue what's coming next.
No kidding. I missed some of those flip-flopping Lindsey comments we've seen from 2016 to 2020.
He's like a fish on a dock.
Within the same day that dude would flop.
I know, seriously.
That guy would make a definitive statement at 8 in the morning and by 5 o'clock in the afternoon cry apologizing for it. God almighty. This guy.
All right. Well, while the military invasion continues, U.S. authorities targeting Russian oligarchs are trying to seize a super yacht worth a mere $700 million. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said Thursday that her department was holding Russian elites accountable for their support of Vladimir Putin's war on Ukraine. The Treasury and State Departments released a list of Russia's wealthiest men and the opulent possessions they hope to seize, including a giant yacht owned by billionaire mining magnate Alisher Usmanov.
Yeah, good try there.
Thank you.
Is that the one that's called Dinbar or something like that?
It probably should be because the $700 million yacht has two helipads.
Yeah, that's the one.
And one of the world's largest indoor swimming pools.
When you see it, that's the one I told you. Like it was at Monaco. It was like one of those.
Looks like a mini cruise ship.
And when you see it, it takes up the dock that let's say you're worth $500 million.
Right.
And your yacht's there. It will look like a dinghy compared to this thing. It looks like you could put all the other boats in the marina on this boat.
Well, listen, if oligarchs weren't worried about their wealth, now they also have to worry about their personal safety. A story you and I were talking about, Jimmy, before we came on the air, Jack, is that another Russian oligarch was just recently found where I used to stay in England, in Surrey, hanging in his kitchen, I believe, right? Hanging in his kitchen, the third or fourth Russian oligarch to be found dead by quote-unquote suicide since Monday.
They got Epstein.
Since Monday. Since word came out about that $1 million bounty one oligarch put on Putin's head, all of a sudden, they're all starting to commit a whole lot of suicide.
Whoa.
All right, back here closer to home, a controversial abortion bill is a step closer to becoming law. The state Senate yesterday passed House Bill 5, which bans abortions in most cases after 15 weeks of pregnancy. It now goes to the governor, who is expected to sign it into law, and it could take effect July 1st. The current law allows abortions up until 24 weeks, and the president and vice president are making it clear the governor needs to prepare for a fight when it comes to that abortion ban bill heading to his desk, calling legislation that will ban most abortions in the state after 15 weeks of pregnancy a, quote, dangerous bill, end quote. President Joe Biden posted on Twitter this morning, quote, my administration will not stand for the continued erosion of women's constitutional rights, end quote. Vice President Kamala Harris calls the bill, quote, extreme by any standard, and if signed into law, Florida's bill would violate the constitutional right to abortion that the Supreme Court has recognized for nearly 50 years, end quote. Realizing the challenges ahead, Governor Ron DeSantis digging in his heels. He's ready to sign it to become law this summer. Disney is breaking its silence on Florida's so-called Don't Say Gay bill. Have you guys seen the TV commercials?
No, I haven't.
Oh, really? Yeah, there's commercials of, contact Disney and tell them to, go against this legislation. And so there's been those political ads running. So the entertainment company issued a statement to ABC's Good Morning America that said, and I'm quoting here, "The biggest impact we can have in creating a more inclusive world is through the inspiring content we produce." It also noted the diverse community organizations we support, including those representing the LGBTQ plus community, end quote. Protesters recently held demonstrations outside Walt Disney World here in Orlando and outside Disney's corporate offices in Burbank, California, to demand the company denounce this measure. The bill limiting what teachers can say regarding sexual orientation and gender identity in the classroom advanced to the Florida State Senate last week. It is expected to pass, and the governor is expected to sign it into law.
So Disney wants us to focus on the products they produce and where they donate their money. Did they say anything about focusing on the political action committees they fund or the politicians that they support?
Nope.
And how they vote? No?
Nope.
No, they're probably not going to do that, Jack.
Just look over here, people. Look over here.
Something shiny. A cable TV personality is hanging on to hope as the search for her sister continues in the Keys. Lana Tufo's sister Alexandra was in a single engine plane piloted by her boyfriend when it went missing Tuesday off Big Pine Key. The Coast Guard says a tail and a wing of the Vans RV-12 plane has been found, but unfortunately, no sign of the 36-year-old Alexandra or her 37-year-old boyfriend, Tompas Campana. The search will continue today, and Lana tells 7 News she's been crying morning and night. Lana Tufo is best known for the A&E show Flip Wars, Buying Blind. All right, also in South Florida, teachers.
When you take that breath and clean your throat, it tells me something
teachers,
is going to be a good time.
They just don't make enough money. They just don't. And they don't make enough money to not only put up with some bratty kids, but their bratty parents.
Right.
A woman is now facing charges after a parent-teacher conference turned violent in Miami-Dade County.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie Armas was arrested last month on Valentine's Day, I'll tell you.
Very romantic.
After she allegedly attacked her son's teacher at Palmetto Middle School in Pinecrest. Investigators say the 34-year-old lashed out after the teacher told her she needed to learn how to raise her child. Girl.
That's bad language to use. I mean, it does not mean that you should lash out at the teacher physically, but that is not a statement you make that it's expected to just kind of go, you don't expect them to go, you know what, you're right.
Right, exactly.
Maybe I should be a better parent.
Exactly. But then, this is where we all try to teach children about the choices you make, right?
You're dealing with a parent who doesn't understand they're a bad parent.
Exactly. And this is the proof, because the teacher tells 7 News Armas slapped her really hard on the arm, threw a picture frame against the wall, and spit on a desk. Take that.
Okay.
Good news out of the governor's mansion in Tallahassee concerning the health of Florida's First Lady. Governor Ron DeSantis announced yesterday that his wife, Casey, is now cancer-free.
Yeah, I saw that today.
Great news.
Yeah, after treatment and surgery for breast cancer, the 41-year-old mother of 3 announced her diagnosis in October, and she had her last chemo treatment in January. Governor DeSantis says while she still has more to do, he is confident she's going to make a full recovery.
41, man. She's young.
Young, and a young mother with
so young.
3 babies. I mean, they're all 5 and under.
How's the governor? Is he like 43 or 44 or something like that? He's pretty young as well, right?
He is. I think he's either 45 or 46 now, because when he got elected, I believe he was 44.
Got it.
All right. The annual Bike Week at Daytona Beach is back. Good news now that I-95, all lanes have been opened back up again. The event marks its, what year do you think it's Bike Week? What year are they celebrating?
I will go, what, the 50? I'll go 50.
50? All right, Jack?
49.
81st year.
Oh, my God.
81st year. The event marks its 81st year. Yes, points, Jim. and begins today and will run through March 13th. The 10 days.
I challenge those points.
Points, Jim.
I'm challenging.
Points, Jim.
Don't look at me. You know how bad I am at math. The 10-day event will feature music contests and, of course, races and rallies. You've got women wrestling in coleslaw. I'm looking to go see some chaps.
So the Bike Week was coming here before NASA was born? Or not NASA, but NASCAR?
Apparently.
Wow, really? I would have never guessed that.
I never would have either.
If you would have asked me which was first, because NASCAR was like in the 40s, 50s, right? Late 40s?
Yeah.
Coleslaw wrestling is an interesting beast. Jimmy, you remember on the Monsters where you guys...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway.
I want to hear that one on the break.
I know.
Come on now.
I'm just saying there was video of the show.
A lot of video out there, Jack. Let's move forward.
Where's that video?
Lot of video,
Who
Jack.
has
You
that
should
video?
shut
I
up.
don't- the
Lots of video you shouldn't mention.
Internet's a pretty big place. I don't know.
Shouldn't mention.
Multiple events are spread out through Volusia,
Dumb son
Flagler,
of a bitch. What are you doing?
St. John's, and Duval counties, and look for all of those hogs to be rumbling right here into Central Florida as well. Hey, if you're going to be in the Jacksonville area, this is the weekend. A Jacksonville eyesore is finally set to come down. Demolition of the Berkman Plaza 2 building on the downtown waterfront takes place on Sunday morning. The implosion is set for 10 a.m. Street closures and an exclusion zone are going to go into effect at 7 a.m. The building was supposed to be a residential tower, but construction was halted more than 14 years ago after a deadly construction accident. I believe a construction worker was killed at the site, and they halted construction
Never
and
got
haven't
back at
touched
it,
it for 14 years.
14 years?
14 years.
That's more recent than any of the construction on the I-4 eyesore.
Right.
The Majesty building here.
What's interesting about that is usually when they demo a building like that, they'll use that as an opportunity to like make a movie because
Right.
like when they demoed City Hall here in Orlando, Lethal Weapon 4?
Yeah.
I thought it was 3.
Three or four, yeah.
So usually
Deb
when they
was
do
in
that,
it, I think.
Yeah, they can do that. But I mean, there's no film industry in Florida now.
No.
I don't know what happened.
They went to Georgia.
I was going to
Jimmy.
say they sent it all to Georgia because now
Do know
they're
what
making multi-billions of dollars.
In Canada, right?
Yeah, that's
Louisiana.
great. We sent it up. It's great when you watch TV and you hear "Made in Georgia."
That stupid peach at the end of those credits.
I know.
I think Kiss My Ass and Orange would be better.
See, no, I say I mean, it may not be our big crop, but we'll give their eggplant to their peach.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
All right, speaking of an implosion,
Deb.
thank you.
Went in hard.
Thank you.
I mean,
Yep.
well, that's
Hey, did you tell the pun?
it's emoji jokes. Look at us. We're so young.
We're so hip. We're fire. Speaking of an implosion, the so-called California supermom is behind bars on suspicion of faking her own kidnapping that made global headlines over 5 years ago.
What was this?
You guys will remember the story of Sherry Papini. Remember the little blonde out for a jog? Her
Yes.
husband went out looking for her and found her earbuds. Okay. Well, she was reported missing by her husband in November of 2016, prompting a massive FBI search. Papini was found weeks later, over 100 miles away from her home north of San Francisco with chains on her body.
I do remember this.
And a brand on her shoulder.
Oh, my God.
She told cops she was held against her will by 2 Mexican women. Really, Sherry? Why do you have to go to the Mexican women, right?
They don't do stuff like that.
But investigators now say she was actually staying with an ex-boyfriend and hurt herself to make her story more believable.
What a dumbass.
Not only that, but Papini received $30,000 from the California Victim Compensation Fund.
Man, oh, man. What a terrible look.
Seriously.
God almighty.
That's all right.
That guy must be a great lay. You think about that. You did all that because of booty. That guy must have been bringing it.
I'll bet she's a firefighter.
Oh, God.
What?
He's in a calendar. It's probably June.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have to use
Or
it?
those June dudes are packing.
Do you have to
Yeah, I got it.
wheel? No. Okay, also out west, a mega mansion believed to be the most expensive home in the entire U.S. has sold for a record-setting $126 million.
This is the, they call it the one,
The
right?
one, yeah. The mansion in Bel Air sold at auction yesterday. The $126 million is the most ever paid at a home auction, but it's still sold for less than half.
Yeah, they were asking like $250 for it.
Its original asking price and less than a quarter of its originally intended value.
God,
now, the mansion sits on 4 acres of land, has 21 bedrooms.
It's so gross.
42, count them, 42 full bathrooms.
It's so gross.
5 pools, a bowling alley, a nightclub, a movie theater, a spa, a salon, a wine cellar, and a 10,000 square foot sky deck.
Yeah.
The name of the buyer will be announced on Tuesday. And finally,
we know it's not an oligarch.
And finally, Disneyland and Disney World, or Disneyland actually, is changing a park icon for the first time in that park's nearly 67-year history to celebrate Women's History Month.
Very nice. What are they doing?
The Mickey Mouse floral arrangement that greets visitors as they walk through the park's entrance gates has been transformed to Minnie Mouse.
That's cool.
Yeah. Seasonal changes to the floral design have been made before, but it's always been in the shape of Mickey Mouse since the park opened back in 1955. Disneyland's horticultural specialist said Minnie Mouse is just as iconic as her boyfriend of 93 years. Really, they should just tie the knot.
They really should.
And it was time to give her the spotlight.
Very nice.
So there you have it.
I wonder how they explain to kids that Minnie and Mickey aren't married.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Aren't they?
How about a little heads up and warning on that one? What?
Are they not?
They're not?
I don't know. They wear rings?
Wait.
Do they talk about being married?
I guess not.
Are Minnie and Mickey married?
And they live separately, don't they?
Yeah, well, they do that.
I mean,
I've been to Minnie's house.
Yeah, they.
Just saying.
Oh, did you
Weird
kidnap yourself?
flex, I know.
Does Mickey know?
Wow.
Are they married?
I guess not.
I don't
I mean,
think
they
so.
don't
Why
really
did I assume that? Because they have the same last name.
Yeah, they don't talk about. Which is kind of weird. It's just what they are. But they don't wear a ring or nothing. I mean,
No.
wouldn't you want to signify that if they were married?
Well, they only have 3 fingers.
I bet
right?
no kids ever asked that question. Right?
I bet a lot of kids ask that question.
Well, we've never heard it. Like I just said it, and Bradshaw freaked out.
Well, I'm assuming if they weren't asking it before, if they're in the car, they're certainly asking it now.
We need an answer.
Mom and Dad, you're welcome.
God, could you imagine if it turns out that Mickey and Minnie have been shacking up for 100 years? God almighty.
Oh, can you imagine Minnie's a booty call?
Oh, that'd be the greatest.
Park closes at 11. Bring. Hey, you up?
All right, get a hold of yourself. We're late.
Sorry. All right. Well, now you all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. And Saturday mornings are a great time to listen to his expertise as he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show right here on Real Radio 104.1 every Saturday morning from 9 to 10:30. Here you can listen to him give his great advice, answer your text questions, your phone calls live on the air. But the truth is, you don't have to wait till tomorrow. You can go to homeloansradio.com right now. Look for the Ask Don bubble. Type your question without ever being worried about being added to a spam list, and there's no obligation. Again, homeloansradio.com or thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Thanks, Zeb. 407-916-1041. Of course, you can always text us at 77031. Use our new feature called Talkback. Just go to the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio. You'll see the microphone. Leave us a cool message. You got about 30 seconds to be as funny as you can possibly be. And then we'll put it on the air if that is the case. Back with Embers Only right after this.
No pressure.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes.
We might even give you credit.
Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
This Real Radio 104.1 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. It's Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Kristen West here with your forecast. So it's going to be a gorgeous afternoon, sunny, warm, and dry. We're keeping rain out of the forecast, making it to around 85 in Orlando. Along the coast, solid upper 70s, right around 80 degrees with winds out of the east at 5 to 10. Tonight, dropping down to the upper 50s, right around 60 degrees, mostly clear skies. Hope you're having a great day in the Fox 35 Storm Center. I'm meteorologist Kristen West.
This report is sponsored by BlindStar. Do you need new blinds or shades? BlindStar.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. BlindStar blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop BlindStar today and save big. BlindStar.com.
Man with the big box stores wanted to partner up with a bathroom remodeling company. They chose Rebath. Here's why. Incredible reputation. Not to mention, they've been in the business for a very long time, 31 years. Also, the big box stores chose Rebath Rebath because their franchises have the proper license, the proper insurance, and they're dependable. Not to mention, they have standards performance to make sure you get the job you paid for every time on time, and they background check their employees. That's why the big box stores trust Rebath with some of their jobs, because they're awesome at it. And you can experience this. Just go by their showroom, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. That's where you'll find it. And when you go in, you're going to see some models set up, right, about 8 or 10 of them or so. Don't think that's the bathroom. You don't order them like a Chinese menu. That's just to show you what the products look like. And these products are amazing. And the cool thing is, Rebath does everything. Once you hire them, you're done. Cabinetry, toilets, tubs, lighting fixtures, it's all right there. You pick it out with their design team, build your bathroom, and then they will make it come to life. While you're there, rebathmidfla.com. Look at the before and afters, man. Some amazing stuff is happening, and it can happen for you as well. It's rebathmidfla.com.
Care has the power to bring kindness where it's needed. It brings out the best in every one of us. It doesn't just see people. It takes time to understand them. It puts the needs of others ahead of its own. And when you start with care, you end up with a very different kind of bank. Truist. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
When you owe the IRS or state sales tax and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law for effective tax help. J. David Tax Law can stop IRS or state collection actions and protect you from financial ruin. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com for details.
The premier engagement ring event is this weekend at International Diamond Center. IDC has flown in the entire Tokori ring collection direct from Los Angeles. Over 500 eye-catching elegant rings from the world's most acclaimed designer. And for this 3-day event, we've opened the IDC vault, showcasing our largest ever GIA and Forevermark diamond selection. Literally thousands of hand-picked precious diamonds, including all the hard-to-get sizes, all at IDC's guaranteed best price. Don't miss this chance to match the perfect diamond with a perfect Tokori ring with its clean modern design and exquisite attention to detail. You'll see all the latest Tokori designs, hundreds of new styles, and get up to $1,500 in Tokori gift cards with your purchase. All this plus 36 months zero interest financing. It's the biggest engagement buying opportunity of the year, showcasing the world's best diamonds with the world's finest designer rings. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ziprecruiter.com/trial. That's ziprecruiter.com/trial. ziprecruiter.com/trial.
This year full of real radio is brought to you by Klausman Law. Car crash? Call Glenn Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com.
Twitter. It's not just for dragging people. It's mostly real radio, just for dragging people. 104.1. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch, if you're into that kind of thing, at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Check out our new feature called Talk Back. Just go to the iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, find the microphone, and leave us something funny. Make it good, will you? It's Friday.
Yeah.
407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Check out the blog, JimColbertLive.com. Amy Drew Thompson coming up at the top of the hour, Primetime Kitchen. I got some cool stuff to talk to you about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ask Amy Drew is very good this week. It's very interesting because I've heard of the product before. We're going to talk about it a little bit, but I've never used it. But it's kind of interesting.
All right.
Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here as well. Ross, of course, up in the Midwest doing some comedy. He'll be back with us next week.
Slap chop.
On Monday. What? No, it's not a slap chop. But, by the way...
What is that?
The idea of the slap chop is it's a good device. It's that thing that
never mind.
You put it over like garlic or whatever,
and you hit it, and the blades go down, it comes up, turns, and so you just have to keep hitting it.
Right.
Anybody have one?
I had one.
I have one right now. I mean, when I make the chili, when I do the chili for the cook-offs and stuff like that, and you have to make a bunch of it. One of the biggest pains in the ass is prepping because of all the cutting all the onions.
Oh, yeah.
But garlic is the worst.
Yeah, because it's so slippery.
But that thing just destroys garlic in no time. I can do like 20 cloves at one time and just turn it right out. And I've learned how to do it with peppers. You just cut them in chunks that'll get in there. Oh, man, they're great.
Gonna have to get me a slap chop.
Yeah, that thing is, it got like teased a lot, but it works.
Hey, as long as it works.
All right, 407-916-1041. We'll get to Embers Only here in just 1 second. Jack, what were you talking about coleslaw wrestling for earlier?
I was just going to say it's one of the most popular. It was years ago where, you guys, someone on the show.
Listen to me closely. The Monsters in the Morning for many, many years worked directly with Bike Week for a number of things. We played Bike Week a number of times. We were there to promote big parties at Bike Week for many, many years. And in the context of doing so, made a number of visits to the Cabbage Patch for said coleslaw wrestling.
Oh, really?
Which occasionally would reach some very interesting points. And you would have to really self-reflect after leaving there. you would leave that and you would just it'd be like seeing a plane crash, maybe. You just kind of step up to the side and just kind of reevaluate your life, where you are, decisions you've made. It's that kind of thing, I mean, it's you see it happening, and you're watching the wrestling, and that's one show, and then you watch the crowd, and then you're like, "There's the show."
Oh man,
there's the show.
Gotta go see it.
But what drove you to ask that? Just because it's Bike Week?
Well, it was Bike Week, and Deb mentioned coleslaw. And one of the things that I notice is when comments are made on one of the YouTube pages for our accounts, I get an email.
Okay.
And it just like, hey, someone commented on that. And the one video that seems to still garner comments today is the coleslaw wrestling video, and I think this was like 2014.
2014?
Yeah.
That had to have been one of the last times we were out there.
Oh, so did you blow it out big?
No. 2014, I was married to Tori. I don't think that... She doesn't...
Oh, boy.
Where's that video, Jack?
That's not a thing for her.
Well, I know it's...
You know what, Jack?
It's hard to find.
Good.
It's really hard to find because it's so long ago,
Make
and it's on the station page. So I'm making a blog post with direct access to it.
Perfect.
At JimColbertLive.com.
I'm going there right now.
It's the last time we were there?
I'm just saying.
I'm not in the video, right? No, I'm not in it.
I didn't see you, but if you look at the crowd, there's a guy that I think is you.
Well, I will go. I'll go and find out if you should have it up.
Well, listen, I'm going to go.
I will test it. JimColbertLive.com.
Just to see the video of the man clinging to a hood of an SUV going 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, I posted that one too.
All right, Jim Colbert.
You know what's funny about that? That happened recently, and that was in Memphis. And so I'm like, oh, let me see. I typed that specific thing, man clinging to the hood of a car at 70 miles an hour into YouTube. And there's a bunch of them.
Oh, yeah, there's too many.
And there was one here in Florida, I think, on the Turnpike.
Yeah.
not too long ago.
All right, JimColbertLive.com. You can see all that. See if you can find me in that Coleslaw Wrestling video, because I know I'll be doing that this break.
I'll be looking.
And then you'll find out if you can see it or not. I would go and look at it now.
Good idea.
I'll tell you what,
before it comes down,
at 4:15, if I'm in there, you ain't gonna see it.
Okay.
Because I just got a started weekend. I like being naked with my old lady.
Smoking cigars.
Yeah. If you want to check out the show, JimColbertLive.com. By the way, I want to show you something during Embers Only. So log on now, and I'll show you this very interesting thing. These guys really know how to promote, and this is a very cool way. Let's do Embers Only, Jack.
Now, it's time to explore the world of cigars, spirits, and other things that make life worth living. This is Embers Only.
Embers Only brought to you by our friends over at Corona Cigar Company. 3 locations to serve you: Sand Lake downtown, and of course Heathrow. Always online at coronacigar.com. Completely full of all the great smokes. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned smoker, these guys are going to have cigars that you are going to love. So many great choices from so many good cigar makers, including Corona themselves. Some of the best I've had recently comes from them. Their FSG tobacco is simply amazing, and they provide us with packages occasionally to celebrate certain times of the year. And of course, here in March, we're going to celebrate
St. Patty's Day.
St. Patty's Day, and we're doing that. If you're on the feed right now at JimColbertLive.com, look at what is part of this package. It's a Tullamore Dew crock of whiskey. It is like a straight up, like, check that out, like a moonshiner's crock. Check that out.
Oh, that's a beautiful jar.
What you get with this crock full of gold package, and when I tell you how much this is, you're going to fall over. You got to check your green this year, St. Patrick's Day in style. That crock full of gold tasting package includes that 1 crock of Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey, 1 set of Corona Cigar Glencairn whiskey glasses, 10 assorted cigars, which means 5 Irish car bombs, 1 Alec Bradley 2022 Black Market Filthy Hooligan, which I had before the show and was amazing, by the way.
Love the name Filthy Hooligan.
Another Alec Bradley 2022 Filthy Hooligan Shamrock, 1 Illusion Candela, 1 Arturo Fuente 858 Claro, and 1 Nicaraguan 10th Anniversary Candela as well. All of that only $119.95. Genuinely an amazing deal. Just to get that Tullamore Dew crock is very cool. You can get this right now, Corona Cigar Company. They'll even ship it for free. So if you're out of the area and you'd like to do that, you can do it for sure. It's called the Crock Full of Gold package. $120 gets you everything I just said. You literally can't lose, and they'll ship it for you free wherever you're listening. That is Embers Only. Thanks so much. We appreciate that. Find all of your cigar needs at Corona Cigar. 3 locations: Heathrow, downtown, Sand Lake, and always online at coronacigar.com. Amy Drew Thompson with Primetime Kitchen right after this.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price.
Traffic has been stopped on Florida's Turnpike due to an accident blocking 2 lanes heading northbound between State Road 50 and Scrub J Lane. There's stop-and-go traffic on Florida's Turnpike heading southbound between CR 561 and North Hancock Road. You can expect slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between State Road 46 and St. John's River Bridge. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the Ad Council. Attention thrifters. Those awesome finds you get at Goodwill are even awesomer than you realize. Because as a nonprofit, Goodwill uses your purchases to fund job training and more in our neighborhoods. Learn more at goodwill.org. Sponsored by the Ad Council.
Home values are on the rise, so now is a great time to buy a new home or refinance your current home. Need extra cash for home improvements or to pay off debt? Simcoe Home Loans can help. 0 lender origination fees and a free appraisal with every closed loan. That's nearly $2,000 you keep in your pocket. Call Simcoe now to see how we can save you money. The call is free and you could put thousands of dollars a year back in your pocket. Visit simcohomeloans.com or call us now at 407-813-2700. That's 407-813-2700. Simcoe Home Loans, NMLS 2103-818. Equal housing opportunity. Call for additional cost information. Other restrictions may apply.
To say that we live in testing times right now is an understatement. And literally, we are doing a lot of testing when it comes to COVID. If you've ever been unsure about the results for your home test or you've run out of free ones due to having to test frequently, you're not alone. Hi, Mario Lopez here for my friends over at the COVID Clinic. And the COVID Clinic offers accurate PCR testing with same-day results. No charge to the patient testing, also available. Need a COVID test? Register now at covidclinic.org. That's covidclinic.org.
One night in Daytona is unlike any other. Daytona Supercross, happening Saturday, March 5th at the World Center of Racing. Nowhere gets you closer to the action. Nobody but Ricky Carmichael could design this course. It's the one and only AMA Supercross event in Florida. Be there as the biggest names battle it out, under the lights in what's sure to be a race for the record place. Get your tickets and trackside access by calling 1-800-PITCH-ON or visiting DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Introducing the Amscott Installment Cash Advance. From $100 to $1,000 with no credit checks and flexible payment options. That's more money and more time to pay it back. Amscott. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
My Friday nights usually spent out, but since my friends got Xfinity Internet, Friday nights in are where it's at. Because Xfinity has Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig to power a house full of connected devices all at once. We got our show streaming, playlists bumping, and games galore. That's gig speed Wi-Fi for every great night in. Can your internet do that? Come on, y'all. The coasters aren't just for decoration.
Now through March 7th, ask how to get a special offer of $200 back when you get gig speed internet. Or get started with Xfinity Internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. New Connect 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and Xfi gateway. Actual speeds vary.
To the left. Now to the right. Back to the left just a bit. Oh, that's good. Oh, wait. I think it was supposed to go on a different wall.
You're kidding.
Armstrong Air believes that comfort doesn't need to be complicated. We'll help keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Visit ArmstrongAirInc.com and let Armstrong Air deliver the comfort you deserve. Mention this ad for a residential $79 precision AC tune-up. Turn to the experts today with Carrier and Armstrong Air.
New salted caramel cream cold brew and signature lattes from Dunkin'. Dunkin' cold brew topped with salted caramel cold foam. Or Dunkin' espresso topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. Sip into both for $3. America runs on Dunkin'.
Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Additional charges may apply.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Winning is every day at the Daytona Beach or Orange City Racing and Card Clubs. In March, they have over $400,000 in play all month long. So go for a big payday because there's lots of winners to share over $400,000 in high hand cash. There's poker games like Texas Hold'em, Omaha, and 7-Card Stud at Orlando's closest poker room, Orange City Racing and Card Club, just off I-4 exit 111B on Saxon Boulevard, Orange City.
Ready to save more on your mobile bill? With Spectrum Mobile, get unlimited data and nationwide 5G for just $29.99 per month when you get 2 or more lines. All with no contracts, added taxes, or hidden fees. And now for a limited time, you can save up to $300 on the new Samsung Galaxy S22 series. This is the epic new smartphone you've been waiting for. Visit SpectrumMobile.com today for details. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Subject to change. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for offer details.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Right, everybody, time for another Prime Time Kitchen here on Real Radio 104.1 with our special guest, Miss Amy Drew Thompson from the Orlando Sentinel. First things first, let me tell you about Tools Ace Hardware. They are your grilling headquarters. Traeger, Big Green Egg. They have everything you need. Weber, propane, charcoal, all the smoking chunks and pellets. Everything you need, marinades, all the accessories. That is why they are your grilling headquarters. Check them out, Tools Ace Hardware, 11 locations in Central Florida. You don't have to drive far for your Big Green Egg waiting for you right now. Find your location at toolsacehardware.com. Everybody, big round of applause for Miss Amy Drew Thompson.
Yay! Since Ross isn't here.
So
Oh,
kind.
yeah.
Always such a kind welcome. Thank you.
ADT, what is going on, kiddo? How you doing?
I'm hungry, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I'm actually-
I'll tell you a little exchange that we
Perfect
had
for a food segment.
that we had this
Yeah.
morning on Friday mornings. Usually, I mean, she's an early waker as well. Usually by 8 o'clock, I'll receive a text or an email regarding what we're going to talk about today. Usually it's
Usually by 6.
4 or 5 stories. It's out there. I get a thing this morning, and I don't know what hit her. I don't. But I said, everything looks good. And then she just texted me back in all caps, I want a steak!
At 6 a.m.
And the reason why
I
you'll
still want it.
You'll find out why in a minute. We're going to talk about beef in a minute, and very special beef. But I guess that's what had to have it happen. But I get that so much. I texted her back and I said, my God, man, I'll get that craving for beef sometimes, and it is insatiable. Like I will drive to the store. I will go through the whole process for one steak. I get it. Meat. Amy Drew, you have had a busy week. Let's talk about your review. Let's do that first. And it says here, with 3 squares, a bar, a brunch on the way, Milk House has something for everyone. This has actually been kind of a long-awaited arrival, has it not?
I guess it was. There are just so many of these sort of multi-purpose food. I don't want to use the H word.
Food hall. You can't say that anymore. Is that a no-no now?
Yeah, these sort of food
expos.
Hubs, if you will.
Different H word.
Different H word. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, I guess it was long awaited. It's a fun add to the neighborhood. It's like kind of an older vibe in that neighborhood. So it's a little slick. It's a nice space that they've put together there, and there's a lot of fun stuff going on food-wise.
Well, the reason I say that is because until Stasio's and Pom Pom's been there forever, I mean, really, the Milk District in that side hadn't had, a kind of destination place to go and hang out like that. I mean, there are a few great bars there. I'm not trying to take away from it. MX is there, of course, but, this is one of those things. I know when the food hall, I'll say the word, I'm having a problem. When the food hall concept started happening everywhere, that this was going to open, and it was going to offer a lot of different looks for people in that area.
It is fun because the place opens early. You could roll in there. Obviously, it's a foxtail, so you've got all the coffee, tea, whatever that you want. You get there early, roll in with a laptop, do your work, and then they start serving lunch later. Soon, I mean, they have some breakfast items and everything in there, like the foxtail pastries and breakfast sandwiches and things like that. But yeah, it's like an all-day affair, and then on the weekends, it goes straight into late night. So it's drinks, it's eats, it's lunch, it's ice cream with the kids and the dogs, and soon brunch.
It has a bunch of different identities. Is that good or bad?
I think you can be, many things to many people because it seems like just depending on the hour, they weren't getting the huge breakfast during the week crowd. So they started focusing more on the lunch, and now they've added some salads with some, fun proteins and, grilled fish and things like that for when people are showing up. And it seems like everybody kind of has a different agenda. The last time I was in there, it was multi-generational. I saw people who were older than me. I saw people who were younger than me. Everybody was in there doing their thing. So it seems like it's, it's cutting across the demographic.
Man, and some of these dishes look pretty amazing. I mean, this you say that the mozzarella stick has been reinvented there.
Ooh. Yeah, well, it's not really a new recipe, but
got
it's
Jack's
just sort of
attention.
like,
We just leaned into Jack's hot zone with mozzarella
Keep talking.
oh my gosh, it's like it's mozzarella and carriage is what it means, and basically it's wrapped in like bread and then deep fried.
Oh, God.
So it's sort of like if your mozzarella stick and your French toast had a baby.
Nice.
That should happen.
Is that good or bad?
That's good. Shut up.
I don't know, but I
So
think it's a show
good.
title.
It was
Mozzarella
really
and bread had a baby. There we go.
Yeah. Reality show.
So it is the Milk House, and they do have the Ravenous Pig Brewing Company there as well, which I hear is like, I think they won best brewery in the city, did they not, for the Fruity?
They did. I love that beer garden, and the beer is actually really good too. So it's not just about the place, it's about the drink, and they have great stuff. All that stuff is over there at Milk House also. So you can get a good pour, and you can get some fried cheese. Great cheese pull on that.
Very good. Cheese pull. You say it's quite Instagrammable. Not even a word 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It is. It's one of those, get out the video because it's going to stretch out.
All right, let's move on to the story that had you craving beef this morning. This is the story about basically dry aged beef, and it's interesting. This has become like a weird thing in the restaurant world. I remember when I went over to have a steak over at Christner's. I've known Alice and those guys for quite a while, and we started talking about the whole, wet age, dry age thing, and they just started offering it here pretty recently. It really hasn't been that long, and they were a premier steakhouse in Central Florida, and they found that a lot of their customers still went back to the old way and liked the dry age, but not as much. And I've had pretty good dry age steak before. It is a really unique flavor, and it is steaky, but man, some of them get so nutty that it does kind of make you question what you think that real good beef tastes like.
It's beef concentrated.
It really is. It's amazing.
It is. And the older you get, the more, and the folks that I talk to who do this, they said it's not for everybody. You might want to go with the 45-day age, and that's where you like it. Some people like it at the 60 to 90, 120. You want to do something a little crazy, you go get that crazy 240, you split it with like 6 people, and everybody gets a taste and a nice glass of red.
How about that, Deb? A steak that's been sitting in a cooler for 7 months. How's that sound for you? Not too bad? I will tell you, when you try it, it is a completely different steak experience, I think.
Oh, yeah, it sounds like it would be.
No, I'm serious.
It looks the same, though. It doesn't look any different.
It doesn't. I mean, I think maybe when they cut the crust off, it has a little bit of a darker kind of ox blood. The one I had, it looked like that a little bit. They would sear it on the top, and that would basically be it. You don't want to do anything to ruin it. But it does have a completely different flavor, though. If you're used to just regular standard, wet aged beef, and you have it, it's very good. It's going to be delicious, even the prime grade. But when you get into this dry age, there's a specific flavor that is, and it can be a little funky.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it is dry. So, like when they cook that, it cooks a lot faster.
Yeah.
Than a steak. The same steak would cook younger, and they have to watch it because that thing will go right up into flames.
And you don't. Whoa! And listen, at $140 a piece, you don't want it doing that.
Oh my gosh, try $300 for those real ones.
Yeah.
Really?
$300 a steak. That better change the way I look at life. That better be a religious movement for me at $300.
Absolutely.
Well, that's why you should progress. If you realize that if 90 is getting on your funk scale, don't go any further. Dial it back to 60 or 45.
And Deb, to their credit, though, Amy Drew, you would say that what they tell you to do is go in there and order some stuff, and then order that steak for the table.
Yeah, so just like she was saying, then everybody gets a taste.
Everybody gets in there.
You're not committed to it singularly, so you don't have your entire meal hanging on. And then you can have an opportunity to see if that flavor works for you, and that's something that you'd be willing on a special occasion to go and splurge on a $300 steak. Because really, at the end of the day, what the hell are we working for? Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's an experience. So you try it, and if you're into food and experimentation, as many of us are, myself included, it's something that you're going to want to do. I like to try things, even if I don't end up caring for them. I just want to try all the things.
You do have a very adventurous palate, dear.
Queen of the foodies.
Listen, when you
Queen of the foodies.
There's plenty out there like me.
She did a review about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I read it, and we didn't cover everything on the air. I started reading in the fine print about what she was eating, and I was like, none of that sounds appetizing. Not even one bit of it. But
I always have to eat like the burger, because then I start talking about stuff that nobody's going to try, no matter how much I say it's good. They're like, no.
Not going to do it.
Hey, you're listening to Primetime Kitchen with Amy Drew Thompson from the Orlando Sentinel. To follow her, just go to JimColbertLive.com. We have all of her contact information up there, all of her Instagram stuff. Amy Drew, let's move on to Ask Amy Drew. And it's a simple question, but really kind of an interesting one, because I think this has been one of those things that people have been trying different techniques for many, many years. What's the best way to keep your bread fresh?
Ooh. Yes.
With those beautiful artisan sourdoughs, like you get at CM Bakery, at Nomad Bakehouse, whose owner I spoke with, Grace Garay, the crust is just king. And there's nothing worse than you go to a bakery and you're like, hey, let me get, bagels or whatever. And then they put it in a plastic bag. And you're like, come on, that's going to kill everything. And plastic is it's just the worst.
Explain why. Explain why, because some people...
It traps that moisture, so the crust, which is nice. And, like how you can knock on one of those good breads and it, like you can wrap on it. And then you get that thud and it just becomes chewy and you want that shattering crust, like when it's really fresh, and then you want to toast it back up. But I want my fresh bread fresh. So somebody wrote to me and said, how do I keep that? And of course you can always freeze if you're not going to finish the bread, which is not a problem in my house that we have. So, but it does work. And then you can toast it back up and it's beautiful. But if you don't want to do that, how do you keep it fresh? And she turned me on to this product that I never even knew about, beeswax wraps.
Yeah, it's just basically a piece of cotton cloth impregnated with beeswax.
Yeah, and it molds around the bread, and you can also use it to wrap produce and sandwiches and other things, and it's reusable. Ooh. So not only does it keep the bread fresh, and it's not even that expensive, which is amazing. She told me that she's bought it twice. Once a year, she buys a new package.
Where do you get it?
And
it's a place called Go ahead.
Yeah, it's called Bees Wraps, but there are other brands out there, so you can find them. I'm sure they all work the same. This is the brand that she uses. And it keeps everything fresh, and you can just, follow the instructions, rinse it, wash it, and it keeps, and you can just keep reusing it.
Once you wrap it, does it go in the fridge or you leave it out?
You can leave it out. She said you can leave that bread out in the beeswax wrap for 3 or 4 days.
What if you have a cat? If you have a cat that really likes carbs, I have a carb cat.
Yeah,
we got to hide the bread.
You need a bread
I'm
box.
not sure. Will they scratch through it?
Yeah,
Will they scratch the wrap? I don't know. There's an experiment for you.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Wrap a crummy bread in it and test it with a crummy bread.
There you go.
There you go. $8, $9 sourdough.
You're an airsoft gun away from that being solved, by the way.
Exactly.
I do have a Nerf gun.
And then lastly, let's talk about our friend Trina Probst over at 7 Bites. Apparently, she went down to South Florida and did some damage.
Yes, she killed it, and it's awesome. So she went down to 7 Bites, went down to the South Beach Food and Wine Festival, and they had a brand new event this year, which was the Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives event, where Guy Fieri picked a bunch of his favorites from his shows. Of course, Trina and 7 Bites was one of them. And they had no idea there was going to be like a best in show, if you will, kind of competition that was festival goer generated. There was no formal judging. It was just the folks at the festival cast their votes for best bite, and 7 Bites won, not surprisingly, with a little mini chicken and waffles dish. Yeah.
It's so good. You have obviously had it at the restaurant.
Ancient. Yeah, a while ago. I don't get back to these places, but yeah, she's I'm not a sausage gravy person. 7 Bites has like the best sausage gravy. That makes me wanna. It's so good.
They also have world-class grits, and I know that is a separator. That's a room separator in the South. But I will tell you straight up, it's top 3 in the city for me. I mean, they're extremely good.
I love grits.
And by the way, everything in the restaurant is amazing. But she's right. Go in there and understand this is not a dainty spot. Everything in there is tasty for a reason. It's tasty.
Not a diet place.
It's not dainty.
Good.
But you go in there and just get, the burgers are great. Everything is great. The food is wonderful. And these little bites are great as well. It's basically her it's a vanilla bean bourbon bacon nighttime sky pie. That's one of the things. But the other thing she did is this beautiful little waffle with her fried chicken on top and a little hot sauce with some sweet in there, usually honey or something like that.
Yeah, she had some buffalo sauce, and then I believe she finished it with a scratch-made vanilla maple syrup.
God almighty, it's so good.
Right, that sounds awful, right?
That sounds terrible. Give me 10.
Terrible.
Give me 10.
Let me try it.
And that's, I think, what happened. She kept on seeing people go, hey, haven't you been here before? And they just kept coming back to the booth for more of those.
Well,
so hats off to her.
Well, everything that we just talked about, if you would like to see it in its entirety, of course, you can go to the Orlando Sentinel, OrlandoSentinel.com. Get your subscription. It's dirt cheap and worth every single penny.
Yeah,
penny
support
is the
local
key
journalism.
And of
Yes,
course, you can find
please do.
everything hers is at JimColbertLive.com. That includes her Instagram, Facebook, all of the blogs and stuff. And you can follow the great Amy Drew as she tiptoes her way through the culinary world that is Central Florida.
More like stomps like Godzilla.
I want a steak!
Right, exactly.
And give me some
Exactly.
bread with it! You understand, I'm never deleting that text. You get that, right? I actually may put that up on the blog. I want a steak! I mean, like
Yeah,
six,
I do.
It's
I
like
do want a steak.
7:05 a.m. And this
No
maniac,
shame.
This
No
maniac
shame.
is
No shame.
screaming about steak. I love it. All right. Have a great weekend, Amy Drew.
Go get that steak.
Get that steak, and we'll see you next Friday. There she is, Amy Drew
You guys
Thompson.
have the best weekend ever.
All
You
right.
too.
JimColbertLive.com. Find out how to follow Amy Drew and support her for sure.
guys.
Have a good weekend. All right, 407-916-1041. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show after this. Thanks for joining us for Primetime Kitchen, brought to you by our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. Look, guys, when you're dialing in your backyard for those special days, Tools has you covered with the best grills out there, Weber, Traeger, and of course, Big Green Egg. All the accessories you need, all the smoking wood you need, rubs, marinades, everything to make that outdoor experience amazing. You know, those family experiences are extremely special. Make sure you're doing it right with one of these great grills from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. With 11 locations in Central Florida, chances are you're right around the corner from your next dream grill. Find yours today at toolsacehardware.com.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution on Florida's Turnpike. There's an accident blocking 2 lanes, stopping traffic heading northbound between State Road 50 and Scrub J Lane. There's stop-and-go traffic on Florida's Turnpike heading southbound between CR 561 and North Hancock Road. Expect heavy delays on I-4 eastbound due to an accident blocking the center lane between Conroy Road and John Young Parkway. See traffic troubles, call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by the Original Mattress Factory.
Introducing the Amscott Installment Cash Advance. From $100 to $1,000 with no credit checks and flexible payment options. That's more money and more time to pay it back. Amscott. Amscott. Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
If you're injured, how much is your case worth? I'm attorney Mo DeWitt. You never asked to be injured. Don't let the insurance company shortchange you. Injured on the go? Offer too low? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Office, Orlando.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit SpectrumMobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for details.
Attention Central Florida. Autobuy, Google's #1 rated car buying company in the nation, makes it fast and easy to sell your car, truck, SUV, boat, or ATV. If it has wheels, we'll buy it. If it floats, we will buy it for the max. On the spot and in 20 minutes or less. Don't get misleading online offers that change when you get there. Call, click, chat, or come by to get your instant offer. It's that fast and easy, and you'll get the max. Plus, every in-person, no-obligation appraisal gets a $50 Amazon gift card. To get the max, visit Autobuy. WePayTheMax.com.
Spring is here, and Tools Ace Hardware has everything you need for your lawn and garden this season. Tools Ace Hardware's helpful associates have the answers to all of your lawn and garden questions and will help you load up your mulch, soils, and fertilizer for you. Also, bring in your Steel outdoor power equipment into one of Tools Ace Hardware's 9 service centers for a tune-up or a repair. Tools Ace Hardware, 11 convenient locations all throughout Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store pickup or delivery. Find your location today at acehardware.com.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
Imagine you're on a hotel balcony at the first hint of dusk. You see the vivid and vibrant orange hues of the sunset hugging the landscape. You're in St. Pete Clearwater, the perfect overnight getaway. Tomorrow, you'll surround yourself with surreal masterpieces at the Salvador Dali Museum. Savor delicious grouper fresh from the Gulf. Stroll down the pristine white sand of America's #1 beach and immerse your senses in all kinds of new possibilities. Start planning your escape at visitstpeteclearwater.com.
Improve visibility and save money at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Replace your old wiper blades with a new pair of Rain-X Advantage wiper blades and save $10 now at O'Reilly. Our professional parts people will even install them for free. See better and drive safer with new wiper blades from O'Reilly Auto Parts, in-store or online at O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
The countdown to Bike Week has begun, and it's all happening at the historic Orlando Harley-Davidson factory, March 4th through the 13th. Live music, full baller, tattoos, food trucks, vendors, and so much more. Orlando Harley-Davidson Historic Factory, 3770 37th Street, just off I-4. Visit OrlandoHarley.com or follow us on social media for details. Orlando Bike Week 2022, March 4th through the 13th. You don't want to miss it.
Spring it on with new hummus and roasted tomato and avocado and roasted tomato toast from Dunkin'. Creamy hummus or savory avocado spread on sourdough bread, topped with oven-roasted tomatoes, vine-ripened and perfectly seasoned. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Monster Jam World Finals returns to Orlando. Coming to Camping World Stadium May 21st and 22nd. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Don't miss the biggest Monster Jam event of the year. Visit monsterjam.com for event details.
Hey, this is John Hope Bryant, entrepreneur and fellow builder, just like you. Thanks to the help of iHeartRadio and Prudential Financial, I like to present to you my brand new podcast, Building the Good Life, where each week a special friend and I will break down and unveil the mysteries of how you build. So if you're ready to build like you never thought you could before, the best version of you, make sure to listen every Friday on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
This hour programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Hey, Jim. My son, who's 14, magnet fishes constantly. He found a homicide weapon in a canal in Titusville and found a decked out AR-15 dumped in the river over in Merritt Island. Didn't hear what happened with that, but the sheriff's office came out. He's out there fishing right now, so.
Damn, really?
I'll let you know if he finds anything.
Crazy, please do.
Yeah, man.
I actually took my magnet fishing kit home last night, and I'm throwing it in the pond this weekend to see if I can drag anything out of the pond behind my house.
Uh-oh. Jim's going to be on the forensic files on Monday.
Hoping to lock onto a safe.
It's because we had that story in South Florida, a couple of AR-15s, and then it's just like, how many weapons are in the bottom of these ponds?
So many. And you know that, like, that tricked out AR-15, it wasn't like, that's an expensive weapon.
Yeah.
There's a reason why someone threw that in the water.
And by the way, there's a lot of reasons, obviously, when you go over these small bridges in rural areas, that they're doing that right over the bridge. They go down on the base and magnet fish from there because people just driving by and throwing handguns or whatever into the water.
And the belief is that it's in the water, so the water's going to wash away the evidence, and that's very rarely, not often the case if you watch enough Investigation Discovery.
I guess the hope is really that it, just is never found.
Right.
But fingerprints
are oily.
So are you saying fingerprints would stay on a weapon that's soaking in the bottom of a body of water?
Tool marks are...
Yeah, no, the ballistics will.
Ballistics, like the and it's not tool marks. What is it? They
the
call
hammer.
It?
When the hammer strikes, though, it makes a certain.
What's
No. The barrel
It's the
itself.
ballistic.
Yeah.
But what's that called? The strifing?
Yeah, but I can't remember. It's a specific.
What? It's just called the ballistics of the tooling of the the bore.
No, the effect,
rifling.
The effect. It might be the rifling.
It's the rifling.
The effect that the barrel has on the bullet.
Yeah, the barrel's a
Right.
rifle. In other words, it spins the bullet. Because if not, the bullet would come out of the barrel. It would go straight for a little bit and then start tumbling. All bullets wind up tumbling, I believe. But the idea of rifling the barrel spins the bullet so it flies truer.
And the ballistics will will match a bullet to the firearm that fired it.
Yes, because it makes it makes a specific series of grooves based on
That term, is it strifing or is it rifling or
well, that's the rifling is the design, the inside of the barrel.
But the effect it has on the bullet, what do you call that?
That's what I'm looking up right
now.
now.
I'm going with strifing.
But the tool marks, you have rim fire, center fire. But when the firing pin strikes the cap, the firing pin hits the bullet or the round, and fires the round. That firing pin leaves a specific mark based on the design of the firing pin, so they can also define it. And also, I tell you something else: when you are using a semi-automatic weapon, the mechanism that ejects the spent round, when that grabs the edge, the rim of the round, it also will leave a tool mark there that they can define, that they can find by.
Okay. Someone texted in striation.
Yeah, that's one of them. Yes.
Well, this is firearms identification is not ballistics, which is the study of projectiles such as bullets in motion.
Got it. Okay.
Some aspects are similar, but ballistics are not the firearm examiner's main focus. To match a bullet to a particular firearm, the examiner looks for two criteria using comparison
microscopes. Yeah, it's side-by-side microscope.
Class characteristics and individuals. So like you're saying, the lands and grooves, and it's kind of like, they line them up and can say, okay, this gun created this particular pattern on a bullet, and they can match that.
I've seen enough CSI to know.
We could do it.
What they're going to do, they're going to take that weapon, then they're going to fire it in a box.
And
then they're going to take that bullet, and then they're going to match it against the one they took out of the Vic.
That's exactly what they're going to do. And the Vic is the guy that got shot?
Is the victim.
The Vic.
Yeah.
The victim.
Never heard that.
Then they have to get the perp.
Right.
That's the perpetrator. I got that part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You watch so much TV, Jack.
They don't like to finish their words. They're done very quick. You got to keep it quick.
One of my TikTok channels, a guy is a magnet fisher, and he went through the whole process. He found a handgun that hadn't been in the water very long, and called the cops and videotape, taped the entire thing of the cop coming up, taking the weapon. And the crazy thing is what you think, like you're magnet fishing your ass off. You think you're killing it. You bring that gun up. You call the cops because you think you're a hero. Guess who the first person they start questioning is? You. So this guy calls up these cops. They're like, he thinks he's like Captain America. I've done a good thing.
And look what I found.
These cops immediately start grilling this kid. You can see it on his face. He's like, what the F?
Right.
I'm trying to be a good guy here. You guys think it's me, but I guess you have to cover all your bases, right?
Well, that's why, in any murder, they always look to the people that are the closest, even though for a lot of people that's a very insulting experience. How dare you think I could do something like this? But the majority of crimes are always committed within a close circle.
407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. I was telling you guys a little bit earlier in the show that there is the job market was the jobs edition, or the what's the jobs report? The jobs report came out today. And it's very, very good.
678,000 jobs were added.
So that's a lot, right?
That is
so it's
a lot.
very good. Economy's actually not doing that bad, coming back. I know we hear a lot about inflation. This is one of that inchworm effect of what's happening.
Thanks,
so
Putin.
It's one of those things. Of course, coming out of COVID too hasn't been a piece of cake either. So you have supply chain issues with COVID, and then you move into this thing. But it's interesting. I did read this story, and the story wasn't exactly about what I'm going to talk about, but it did it has a paragraph in there that I was like, wow, I never thought about that. But even during the downtime of the job market, there was one specific group of people that it really worked out for. And I mean, it really worked out for. Who do you think that is? Even in a downturned job market, what group of people saw the most action when it came to getting new jobs?
Headhunters.
IT.
Not IT. Don't think of the job specifically. Think of the person. The actual person.
Hermits.
Not hermits. That's such a funny guess. I love that. No, Jack, it's not people who live in caves.
Teenagers?
Ex-cons. Here's what's happening. Ex-cons, people who have done time,
right,
and have records,
and have a very difficult time usually finding work,
but they aren't now. What's happening is companies are so absolutely dying for quality employees of any kind. That basically the statement is I don't care what you've done. Can you show up tomorrow on time and take this hammer and put that nail into that board? Or can you show up on time and cook this hush puppy? Or can you show up on time and drive this forklift? People, because they can't find quality employees, are re-looking at ex-convicts that have a really difficult time finding meaningful work because of their past transgressions. And you can have a felon that spent like 3 or 4 or 5 years in prison for maybe an attempted bank robbery or something like that, a victimless crime that just held a felony kind of carry. And once you have that, I mean, it becomes very difficult to get a job of meaning. But now in this new job market, when everybody's like, I don't want to work, these ex-cons are like, I'll work.
Right.
I'd like to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's hiring? I'll work. Show you a clean record, show you sobriety for many, many years. But because they have that felony on their record, people simply don't want to take the chance, thinking, of course, what everybody thinks. It's not like it's, we're isolating anybody. That once a felon, always a felon. Right? Once a
That's
thief,
the thought.
Once this, always that. But a lot of the crimes are driven by drug abuse. And if you have somebody that's gotten clean and they've had sobriety for 10, 15, 20 years, 15 years or whatever, and they have a specific skill set, but yet they're a felon, it becomes virtually impossible. Now the job market's like, man, we don't give a damn. What'd you do? Oh, no, you're good. Come on.
Well, you remember there was a push for several years to actually have that question taken off of job applications to make it easier for people with records to be able to at least make it through the interview process. Before most times they're automatically shut down. As soon as you click that box, you're not going to getting a call back. So this way, and while waiting for that change to be made, the pandemic said, wait a minute, just hold my beer. I got you.
That's exactly what they're saying.
I got you, bro.
Now, this story was about people leaving gangs and how that's happening more and more and more. More and more members of the Latin Kings and other violent gangs are looking for ways out, and they want, quote unquote, a meaningful life. Of course, they went into prison, maybe did their thing. You have to, basically what they tell you is if you're in a prison, you have to have affiliation of some sort for protection.
Nobody rides solo.
Right, and there's no real choice. So if you're Latino or Hispanic of any way, you join a gang that's affiliated with those people and you have all those tattoos. Now a lot of those guys are going through the process of having that removed and they're leaving the gangs. And this story kind of arose within the context of that story. That, this guy who went in prison for a while, was a member of a gang, wants a meaningful life. He goes, one more criminal conviction, and I'm in prison for life. I have more motivation to stay clean and sober and productive than ever in my life before. And that's what's happening. Crazy, huh?
It is, but it's about time.
It's about time for the people who deserve it. I mean, there's people who are lifelong criminals. That's one thing. But, when it comes to hiring people, they said that this whole thing has really caused an uprise in employers who are at least willing to listen to your pitch.
There's a supply and demand, issue at play here. And when the applicants are plentiful, you get to be as picky as you want, and you're looking for ways to eliminate. If you have a stack of resumes, you're looking, and you only need to hire one, and you're looking for that best candidate, you're looking for things, red flags to remove to make that stack smaller until you can get it down to that one. But when you have that opening and there's no resumes there, then you have to, open up your thought processes to who you're looking for and how you're trying to cast that net.
When you get a production schedule, buddy, you start going, what?
Just because here's an example of that. Levi Restaurants is the food service contractor at Tropicana Field, where the Tampa Bay Rays, play their home games.
Yeah.
Well, they held a job fair yesterday. They have about 100 positions they need to fill, but not a lot of folks showed up. So that means fewer concession workers at home games this season.
Wow.
Which means,
Well, they should have hooked up with FloridaJobsNow.com because that job fair yesterday was a huge hit.
Yeah, that thing went crazy yesterday. Yeah, it was good. One of the quotes in this story I found interesting is this guy who says, quote, I used to beg businesses to hire these guys, because, they have a program that's a placement program.
Right.
And this guy I used to beg him I would beg these people, please look at this guy. He's clean and sober for 10 years. Yeah, he committed a felony back in the day. He was young and he was a drug addict. He hasn't done any drugs for 10 years. He's paying his penance to society. He's got a wife and a kid.
Yeah.
He's been
He
flying
needs a
straight
job.
forever. He's been flying straight forever. And these employers are like, man, as long as they can show up for work, I don't give a damn what they did. Can this guy do this job or can this girl do this job? I need quality employees.
Well, that's great.
Convicts, if they can't get jobs and they can't support themselves,
guess what?
That makes it more likely that they're going to revisit their past behavior.
They go right back to that life of crime. And it's an and I was a business owner, and in my little print shop, if I come in there and you get a press operator that's really good at what they do, and he's just honest with you right up front, hey man, I did some time. I was in a bad spot when I was young because of a bad situation with my family. I robbed a convenience store or whatever. I did 8 years for it, and I just want to let you know, clean and sober. Here's man, even with all of that back in the day, I probably would have passed, just simply because of that question mark of not knowing when that next situation is going to be or when that relapse is coming and how I was going to suffer for it. Not fair to them, but in that same sense, you can't ask every business owner to go, open your door.
Well, someone just texted us at 77031 and said, my girl has a felony for assault and battery on an LEO, law enforcement officer, from when she was 18. She's 30 now. She couldn't find a job flipping burgers before COVID. She just got a job at Target with them knowing her background at 18 an hour.
Yeah, man,
It makes a difference.
I'm telling you right now, like I said I think I said this about a year ago, in my lifetime, at 54 years, and I have been a business owner, I've been part of this company for many, many years, I have never in my life seen more opportunities for incredible growth in wealth and jobs. I've just never, ever seen it. I remember talking to a couple friends of mine saying, could you imagine if we were 24 years old and in this job market again with our work ethic, how we are willing to put in 12, 14-hour days, how quickly you could rise up the corporate ladder or a ladder right now and go from being an entry-level employee to being part of a management team probably within 12, 18 months.
Yeah, but then you also have companies in not giving you 12, 14 hours a day, giving you 6 hours a day. And wanting you to work 6 days a week and not wanting you to hit that point where you are in overtime. And so they can have a wider workforce but have less people as full-time, so they can kind of, it keeps you down, but it also saves them money in the long run.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Back with our friend Nicole Dupre. Let's find out what's happening in the world of fine arts here in Central Florida.
Get social with us. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And we've got a beautiful weekend ahead. Full sunshine tomorrow. A morning low of 64, the high 83. There could be some patchy fog overnight well north of Orlando. 85 the high Sunday, and then pushing 90 for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Now, there will be a slight chance for a shower in the afternoon from Tuesday on into the end of the week, maybe even a thunderstorm by Friday. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by I-4 Express.
You want to spend your time on what matters most. Now you have a new, more reliable option to get where you need to go on I-4. With I-4 Express, just get on and go. Tolls are collected electronically with SunPass or other Florida-accepted transponders. Learn more at i4express.com.
At ViStar Credit Union, we believe in helping our members reach their financial goals and being there for our communities, too. That's why we offer everyone home loans with better rates, where members can receive a savings of up to $5,000 toward closing costs. Better financial lives, stronger communities. ViStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better. Visit vistarcu.org/join to find out more. ViStar is an equal housing lender, federally insured by NCUA.
Quitting nicotine isn't easy, which is why Tobacco Free Florida offers free tools and services like free 2-week starter kits of Quit Aids. We're also trying out music to help motivate smokers to quit.
Not another cigarette would be late. Now there's someone living tobacco free. It's you.
Wow. Okay. Maybe we'll just stick to the ways we know work. Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com or call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW for free nicotine patches.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
The premier engagement ring event is this weekend at International Diamond Center. IDC has flown in the entire Tokori ring collection direct from Los Angeles. Over 500 eye-catching elegant rings from the world's most acclaimed designer. And for this 3-day event, we've opened the IDC vault, showcasing our largest ever GIA and Forevermark diamond selection. Literally thousands of hand-picked precious diamonds, including all the hard-to-get sizes, all at IDC's guaranteed best price. Don't miss this chance to match the perfect diamond with a perfect Tokori ring with its clean modern design and exquisite attention to detail. You'll see all the latest Tokori designs, hundreds of new styles, and get up to $1,500 in Tokori gift cards with your purchase. All this plus 36 months zero interest financing. It's the biggest engagement buying opportunity of the year, showcasing the world's best diamonds with the world's finest designer rings. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. On approved credit.
The Regions Riding Forward Scholarship Contest celebrates stories of inspirational Black Americans. Tell us about a Black American who's inspired you, and you could earn a $3,500 or $5,000 college scholarship. Enter by March 31st, 2022 at regions.com/ridingforward. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Open only to certain high school and college students in states with Regions full service branches. Complete eligibility requirements, contest details, and official rules available at regions.com/ridingforward. Contest sponsor Regions Bank. Member FDIC.
When you owe the IRS or state sales tax and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law for effective tax help. J. David Tax Law can stop IRS or state collection actions and protect you from financial ruin. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Ready to save more on your mobile bill? With Spectrum Mobile, get unlimited data and nationwide 5G for just $29.99 per month when you get 2 or more lines. All with no contracts, added taxes, or hidden fees. And now for a limited time, you can save up to $300 on the new Samsung Galaxy S22 series. This is the epic new smartphone you've been waiting for. Visit SpectrumMobile.com today for details. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Subject to change. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for offer details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
When life-changing events happen, it's important to have somebody there to take the burden off of your shoulders. At those moments, Kramer Law is there for you. If you were involved in a divorce or you're having a dispute with your ex, Kramer Law will be there to take care of you every step of the way. Life-changing events happen. Having a lawyer on your side is the smart move. No matter what the legal issue, we're here for you. Kramer Law, one firm for life.com. Office is Altamont Springs.
At 7-Eleven, mix and match any 3 pizza slices or select grill items for just $3. 3 for $3. You also get a Big Gulp drink free. So really, it's 4 for $3. 7-Eleven. Offer expires 4/12/22 plus tax where applicable at select stores. Visit store for details.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch.
Yeah. We like
like it when you watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Oh, you got her with the 80s music, dude. She wasn't moving. And you hit her with a big fat load of bangles, and there she goes. Snake dancing like Axel. I love it. All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. Jack is here as well. Oh, I'm sorry. Deb is here. Jack is here. Ross will be back with us on Monday. Sorry, Deb.
That's all right. I'm
Apologies.
just going to take a break.
No, stop. Get out of here. Every Friday around this time, we invite our good friend Nicole Dupre to drop by. Dupre.today. Tell us what's happening there in the world of fine arts in Central Florida.
Jet setting, Jimmy, remember?
Yeah, I told you. What's going on, kid?
Hi guys.
Hey, what are you doing? Where are you?
I'm at my house,
Okay.
but after this call, I will be heading back to the airport. But this time, just to visit family. I'm taking, this is my school spring break, and I'm visiting my family for the week. Heading up to Philadelphia and DC, doing some fun things up there next week. But
she just got back from
Mexico.
I just got back from Mexico. I know.
So
Can you believe it?
So how's this tour been going for people who are just tuning in and haven't heard? Nicole has been working with Andrea Bocelli and his tour for the last 4 or 5 stops, doing his makeup and hair and whatnot. Been pretty exciting?
Yeah. And not just him. I mean, all the performers he actually doesn't like as much. But, we have several women and dancers and things like that. And I have to tell you, I mean, if you would have asked me a year ago that I would be getting, traveling and doing things like this, I wouldn't have believed you. And I couldn't be more thankful. And that was my first time in Mexico. And they treated me like I was like somebody special, and again, I just so thankful that music is back and that I'm a part of something with a full orchestra and some of the greatest talents in the world, and just delivering amazing music to people, so I'm super excited about that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats
Thank
for sure.
you.
I know
Thank you very much.
Had a tough run during COVID. We would have some of these things. We're like, oh my God almighty, I felt so bad.
Stop bringing it up.
Yeah.
You keep reminding her every week.
Right?
I'm very. I'm just showing you it's very good. Things have come a long way in a very short period of time.
Yeah,
We're happy about that.
Don't you remember how miserable you were and depressed?
You remember when there was nothing to talk about?
Take us back to those moments and let's relive that.
Right. And it's great, not just for what I've been doing, but here in Central Florida as a whole, there is so many different things to talk about. I tuned in yesterday and Brendan talked about some really amazing events that are going on. But we have a variety of other things going on this week. And I thought I would start with something that's kind of cool for the parents out there. The Orlando Science Center has what they are calling Saturday Kids Night at the Museum for tomorrow night. So if you ever have a chance, I know a lot of parents have a hard time finding childcare and, don't have an opportunity to really get out and do things. Well, the Orlando Science Center is having this event after the museum closed from 6 to 10, where you can, I hate to say just drop your children off, but it's an opportunity where they have, childcare and they provide a pizza dinner and this exclusive experience for children, again, from 6 to 10 o'clock. And I think that that's a really cool thing for the kids to feel independent, like they're going to do something cool. But then also for you, as the parent, and the Orlando Science Center is in a really great part of town, the Lock Haven Park, there are so many opportunities for them to go and have dinner and do some really cool things and really feel comfortable, having to take their kids to do something different, something a little bit different than getting, a regular old babysitter.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good date night.
Cool?
Yeah, it is cool.
It's a good date night option.
That would be like, it's almost like a Macaulay Culkin movie. You get locked into that place with a babysitter and you're going to run crazy.
How fun is that?
Yeah, what a great idea.
Better than a babysitter.
Right. And I think, can you imagine being 9 and like, I'm at the Science Center after hours. I think that could be a really cool thing to do. Oh. And then also what they're doing both Saturday and Sunday, the museum as a whole, if you are a Bank of America or Merrill Lynch card holder, you get free admission to the Science Center, both, like I said, Saturday and Sunday. So, and I have met some of the people there that are working over there. We have some really great people that are trying to make science cool and thinking of really cool and unique exhibits. So if you haven't been to the Science Center and you're a Bank of America cardholder, I mean, what a great opportunity to go get some free admission.
Yeah, no joke, huh? That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's actually a great
very cool.
idea. What else
I
you got?
think so too. I think it's speaking of Lock Haven Park, let's jump over to the Orlando Shakespeare Theater. They are doing, they always have some really great theater productions. But if you've ever been to the theater or even been to the Fringe Festival, right behind the theater, they have a really great courtyard. And for the next few months, once a month, they are going to be doing what they're calling their Courtyard Cabaret Series. And this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they are going to be having a jazz quartet outside. And I think that our evenings right now, like, does it get any better right now?
Perfect.
Oh, no, it's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm a big jazz fan, and I just think this is a really unique thing to do. And again, right along Mills, so many really cool places to eat. So I think that could be a really great dinner and date night. And then Sunday at 2:00, they have a matinee as well.
Oh, cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, and then I guess it's not technically considered Lock Haven Park, but right on Princeton there is a relatively new theater that we've talked about maybe a handful of times called the Renaissance Theater. And this was founded by a man named Donald Roop. And you may not know him by his name, but you might know him if you've ever been to the Orlando Fringe Festival. He has developed some really cool shows in the last few years. One that was called Gorgeous, and another one that was called Oscar Wilde and Jesus Christ Walk into a Gay Bar. And if you attended the Orlando Fringe last year, you might be familiar with them because they won like Best in Show. And they are remounting that. And so every Sunday for the next few weeks at 8 p.m., they are going to be having that show there at that theater. And on Dupre.today, I also, since it is a funky title and you're like, I don't think I want to see this, I did put a link to a video. They have a nice preview video that really shows you what the show is about. And I got to attend it. And again, Best in Show at the Orlando Fringe. So if you like things that are a little bit, avant-garde,
right,
a little bit more unique, I think, again, and that's a really amazing space. They've taken kind of this warehouse space that's right there on the corner of Princeton and...
Yeah, it's orange.
Is it orange?
Yeah, it's orange right there.
Yeah.
It was a theater years ago. When I first moved to Orlando, it was like kind of a theater that was trying to find its way, you know?
And this is going to be one of the venues for the upcoming Fringe Festival in May.
Yeah.
How is it? Have you been inside?
Yeah, I was when they first opened, when they were really COVID cautious.
Yeah.
So, it was a little more spaced out and not as, and COVID was, kind of impaired a lot of really cool
Jimmy,
things.
why'd you bring it up again?
Way to go, Jim.
Jimmy.
Oh, my God.
But I think, they are still requiring masks. But, hey, I think that it's worth it to support local, original, really cool talent. And, again, I love that space there. A lot of really cool things to do. Drinks before, dinner before, drinks after. I think that you should go and check that out. And then moving to Dr. Phillips Center, Dr. Phillips Center is really kind of kicking out of the park. Was that the right
They're killing it. Yeah, they're knocking it out of the park.
Knocking it out of the park with the variety of things that they are bringing to the center. And that's what I like so much about having this segment is 1 week we have the ballet, 1 week we have the Philharmonic, they're playing this giant Beethoven full orchestra concert this weekend, the Orlando Philharmonic is. But I also think that it's great that they are bringing comedians. Joe Coy is coming this week, though I just saw that they sold out.
Yeah.
And I thought this was kind of unique. So he was going to be in the Walt Disney Theater, which is the biggest theater that they have. But Colin Quinn, who I think, in my opinion, he's Saturday Night Live. He's been in so many different sitcoms over the years. I wouldn't have thought that he wasn't as big as Joe Coy, but they have him in the Pew Theater, which is the smaller venue at the Dr. Phillips Center this week. And he still has some tickets available. But next week, I wanted to give everybody a little bit of a heads up. Foreigner is coming to the Dr. Phillips Center.
We're actually talking to their bass player in about 20 minutes.
Oh, Oh, I feel honored to kind of precede him. How about that?
And we're talking to Colin Quinn on Monday.
Yeah, we're talking to Colin Quinn on Monday. And one of the reasons that Joe Coy may have sold a bigger room or whatever is Joe Coy is now dating Chelsea Handler. So his social media, and he's been in the public eye for quite a while. Not that Colin hasn't, but Colin's just kind of been Colin Quinn for a long time. Joe Coy has here recently had that extra push of popularity because of his relationship with Chelsea.
Yeah. And I've been following them on social media now. Like, I didn't really used to follow them, but I think he's been doing really well with this whole, U.S. tour that they've been
And let me tell you,
so.
you can't find a nicer human being. I know that. Like, he's the sweetest dude you ever met in your entire life. I've had the opportunity to meet him a number of times, but man, he's cooler every time you meet him. Like, it's off-putting how nice he is.
Well, then congrats to him with all that success.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, good people, when good things happen to good people, we're cheerleaders for them.
Well,
so.
Nicole, as always, we appreciate your heads up. Thank you so much. Congratulations on your success and all things happening for you right now. Have yourself a wonderful, safe vacation, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much. And as always, guys, this segment is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don, where you can catch him live every single Saturday morning right here on Real Radio, where he answers all of your questions having to do with the home buying process. Again, that is Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don.
Thank
Catch
you so
tomorrow.
much. We appreciate that
Thank
very
you.
much.
Bye, Nicole. Have a safe
Bye-bye.
trip.
All right, 407-916-1041. Jack needs your help. He really needs your help. I'll tell you why next.
When the rolling blackouts hit, you can still get us on a radio. Remember those? Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic has been stopped on Florida's Turnpike due to an accident blocking 2 lanes heading northbound between State Road 50 and Scrub J Lane. Expect bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound between Universal Boulevard and Conroy Road. Travel with caution. There's an accident stopping traffic blocking the right lane on I-4 eastbound between Conroy Road and John Young Parkway. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new Blackberry Cobbler handcrafted beverages are the perfect treat. Enjoy flavors of sweet, fruity blackberry and baked caramel in your Blackberry Cobbler cream smoothie, latte, or macchiato today. Gotta have a Wawa.
It's the new year. Finally, time to free yourself from glasses or contacts. You can do that with the help of the Filatowski Eye Institute. Yesterday, I mentioned Dr. Filatowski's ad. 4 people text me immediately on the texting service saying, I had that service. It changed my life. For my dad, my son, and that's exactly what happened for my father-in-law and my son. Change their lives, and you can have that same experience. Simply text 1041 to 868686. Schedule that consultation. Get started on a path to better vision today. And remember, the Filatowski Eye Institute, one of the leaders in vision correction surgery here in Central Florida. And if money's a concern, don't worry there either. 24-month interest-free financing is available. Take that next step to clearer and crisper vision today. Just text 1041 to 868686 to schedule your consultation today.
Is an Amscot cash advance right for you? Compare for yourself. Often, it can be less than the late fee on an overdue bill. With Amscot, you could get up to $500 on the spot with no credit check. Amscot. Some restrictions apply.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with a beautiful green lawn. Get it growing with Scott's Triple Action Lawn Fertilizer, starting at $29.98, and save $50 on the Skill 40-volt mower. Was $299, now $249. Create a season full of green and keep it looking pristine. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, file 33 through 39. U.S. only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
I want to break free. Ready to break free, Orlando? Book your 2022 cruise today with Norwegian and enjoy 35% off all cruises to Alaska, Europe, and more. We'll even help you get there with free airfare for second guest. Plus, enjoy free open bar, free specialty dining, and more. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Having trouble with your AC? Call our friends at Mills Air, 407-277-1159. With 30 years of experience, they can certainly help you out. Carrier factory authorized dealers with up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. Family owned and operated, it's millsair.com.
Daytona Bike Week is back March 4th through the 12th, and there's no better place to celebrate than at the iconic Daytona International Speedway, home to the area's largest motorcycle marketplace with top manufacturer displays, top-of-the-line gear, custom bikes, and more. Plus, it's the return of Harley-Davidson Thunder Rally, featuring a must-see activation space and all the latest rides. It all culminates Saturday, March 12th with America's most historic motorcycle race, the Daytona 200. Don't miss out. Daytona International Speedway is the place to celebrate Bike Week.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com for details.
Need a new fence? Think Mossy Oak Fence. Keep unwanted guests out of your yard. Keep your pets and kids safely in your yard. You can count on the Mossy family to protect your family. Fully stocked with materials, no delays. Visit mossyoakfences.com.
This is Dan. Dan uses Navy Federal Credit Union to save and invest. Luckily for him, Navy Federal takes the legwork out of managing his money, which gives Dan time to work on other things, like his new auctioneering hobby. If you want to be like Dan, learn about our savings and investment options at NavyFederal.org/save and invest. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Bidder number 63.
Savings products insured by NCUA. Investment options are available through Navy Federal Investment Services and are not insured by NCUA.
A little to the left. Now to the right. Back to the left just a bit. Oh, that's good. Oh, wait. I think it was supposed to go on a different wall.
You're kidding!
Armstrong Air believes that comfort doesn't need to be complicated. We'll help keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Visit ArmstrongAirInc.com and let Armstrong Air deliver the comfort you deserve. Mention this ad for a residential $79 precision AC tune-up. Turn to the experts today with Carrier and Armstrong Air.
Ready to save more on your mobile bill? With Spectrum Mobile, get unlimited data and nationwide 5G for just $29.99 per month when you get 2 or more lines. All with no contracts, added taxes, or hidden fees. And now for a limited time, you can save up to $300 on the new Samsung Galaxy S22 series. This is the epic new smartphone you've been waiting for. Visit SpectrumMobile.com today for details. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Subject to change. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for offer details.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
Hi there, Jimmy. Mickey here. I did get married in 1933, so maybe next time you should do your research before spouting off nonsense. Have a good day.
You gotta listen.
I couldn't. It was too loud. Lame.
You want to hear it again, or do you just want me to tell you?
You just tell me what it was.
He said Mickey and Minnie got married in 1933.
No, I didn't know that. No clue. And here's the thing. I don't find that important enough to research because you did and you told me. So now I know.
So thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I was just kind of wondering out loud. It wasn't really going to be a life-changing thing that was going to ruin my weekend, I promise.
Use the talk back to come at Jim. He seems to respond well to it.
Yeah, I do. It's good. I love your opinions. They're all so valid. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Hope you had a good week. knocking off on this Friday at 5:05. Take yourself a nice long time getting home. We got you covered all the way to your driveway. And, of course, you can always listen to us via the iHeartRadio app. Deb says it quite often. We're having some troubles with our antenna as we rebuild after a storm. We're not far away from having it done. People have been complaining. But you can listen to crystal clear versions of our show using the iHeartRadio app. And remember, it doesn't cost you anything to get it, and it does work every single time. So that's a great suggestion. You can also Bluetooth that right to your smart speaker as well when you get inside. All right, 407-916-1041. Jack said before the show he needs some help.
I did?
And and I'll tell you, the situation you're in is a situation I was just in, and actually maybe in now as well.
Okay.
Jack is in a precarious situation where he wants to sell a car.
Yeah.
And he wants to get, so the car that NaomiBradshaw.com has right now is not a full hybrid. It's not a hybrid.
It is not.
And she came from a hybrid. She had a Prius, I believe, before this. Correct?
Not a Prius, but yeah, she wanted a car. She wants to move more towards eco-friendly.
Right.
We're reducing our carbon footprint, and we got a great car. It's just we were looking at a hybrid, and we were looking at this car. This was the better car than the hybrid that was available at the time.
Right.
We got a 2018 Nissan Altima, and it's a beautiful ride. But it's just not the hybrid. This was better than the hybrid we were looking at the time. However, there's a little regret on not getting a hybrid.
Right. So now Jack wants to sell the car and get a hybrid. Here's the big question. We're not dealing with this right now, but we're considering moving off of our Mach-E into another Mach-E. And here's why. My wife likes the heated seats and the heated steering wheel during the winter because she hates cold weather. The model that we have now is called the Route 1.
Yeah.
And they basically built this model to go farther than any model. So when you have that extra battery power that would go into heating your seats and heating your steering wheel, I mean, her seat's manual still.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that model is manual because all of the power from the battery is built to take that thing 300 plus miles on one charge. Well, we don't use it like that, right? So she wanted to get all the accoutrement that the premium version of the car had. And I'm in the exact same pickle that Jack is in. What do? You don't want to trade it in. You hear you get murdered on trade-ins. Then you have people, you just should sell it and then use the money to, put the down payment because used cars, especially good ones, have so much value right now.
Right.
Almost always you're going to have some equity in it in some way, shape, or form. But the big question is, where do you do that?
I haven't done that in years, 30.
You don't put it on the side of the road with a for sale sign on it anymore, but you got to use it. Using any online service, man, can be shaky now, whether it be Marketplace or Craigslist or
what about Carvana?
Carvana, you know what the funny thing is? I've heard hot and cold about Carvana.
I have too, but I would go that route before I would do a Craigslist or an eBay.
My father-in-law sold a truck to Carvana about 2 years ago, and he thought there was a mistake he made so much money on it.
Really?
He legit thought it was a mistake, but then I did the same thing with that pickup truck that we wound up selling back to my friend over at Car Black Chevrolet, Omar Rodriguez, the greatest.
Yeah.
Envious of Rollins that he gets to endorse that company. They're so good. But I traded my truck back in because we were going electric. Well, I called Omar because I know Omar, and I said, hey, you want to buy this thing back? I know inventory was short.
Right.
This was a unicorn of a truck. We had every option on it, and it would sell immediately. He's like, snap, yes, bring it back. But that's a rare option to have. Not everybody knows a GM of a car dealership that sells the exact same car that you want to get rid of.
That's on speed dial.
Right. So what are you thinking?
So, I would like to, find a car that...
No, how are you going to sell this thing?
I don't know.
You don't want to deal with it. That's
right.
The other thing is you don't want to deal with. You just simply don't want to deal with people going,
especially when you already feel like you already did it.
Right.
Yeah, you got the car, and it's like, okay, we should be set for a few years, and then it's just like, you're not happy.
And then you get those tire kickers, those Facebook. Oh, and look, they're all moguls. You know that, right?
And then it's going.
they're all car flipping moguls.
It's you got to go on test drives, and what are you going to do? Let the person take your car?
Oh, no.
You got to go with them, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, hell yeah.
And then you got to do the title thing, and you have to go to the motor vehicle place with them.
You don't want it to be a Seinfeld thing either.
Yeah.
With the test drive, you don't want to end up 3 states over, seeing how long it takes before the car runs out of gas, and then you got to fly back home.
And it's always these sketchy sons of bitches who are like, "Hey, look, I know you sold it to me for $20,000. Could you write like $400 on the title, on the bill of sale? I don't want to have to pay them taxes." I'm like, "Really? Is that what you want me to do? Just get this all crap for you? Just met you, Facebook Marketplace. Sure, let me break the law just for you." Dumbass, get out of here. How many miles on that pig?
It's not a lot.
11 or 20?
No. I think in the 30s.
For a 2018?
Yeah.
What you asking for, dog?
There might be a. Are you guys doing it? Are you guys going to swap?
What you looking for, man?
I got to look at what we paid for it. You know.
No, you know how much you paid for it. Get out of here.
I don't remember. I get it confused. All these numbers.
Bradshaw. If there's one thing you certainly know, it's how much you paid for it. How much do you need to get?
I want to get what I paid for.
And a couple of people just texted us and said, just like you, Jimmy, with your father-in-law, John, said Carvana gave me more money than actually paid for my new car. And then someone else texted us at 77031 and said a buddy of mine sold their car to CarMax for enough money to pay off their car and get a good down payment on the new one. So that's better than that Facebook Marketplace y'all are talking about.
Depending on what you're driving, man. You know, if it's
but you guys have 2 really good vehicles. I don't think you guys would have a problem with that.
Jack is selling a car when gas is $4 a gallon that gets 26 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, but cars are still so difficult to find. I don't think you're going to have a hard time selling it.
Oh, no. I mean, he's going to get premium dollars for that thing. Are you kidding?
The trouble is finding the car that you want.
Right. You're absolutely right. And the thing is, the car we have is like the ratings, everything about it is great.
So I would go and find the car
it's just not the car she wants.
I would go and find the car that she wants. And then when you find that bad boy, then you can make a move because then you don't want to be like where Jim and Tori were after they sold their house in Baldwin Park.
Yeah, living in a camper.
For a month because it sold faster than they expected it to. So I would do the reverse. I would go find the vehicle you want to buy.
And then sell it?
And then sell it.
I just figure we sell the car, then we worry about getting a new one. In the interim, she uses my car, and Jimmy picks me up for work each day.
Man, I love this.
I love this. Is awesome.
I love how it worked right into that
I'm sitting back right here, front row.
Let's
this
see.
is like a tennis match.
It's like on the way, bro.
Except there's no love.
Who saved money in this scenario? Oh, I see. It's Jack.
I'll buy you one of those Greek salad things for lunch every once in a while.
Your wife doesn't. Does she drive a lot? Is she making a bit? I mean, does she have a massive carbon footprint at 26 miles to the gallon?
I think she's driving more than me.
Is she really?
Really?
You just drive back and forth to work. It's not even that far. Stop using that voice.
Well, why don't you give her your car and you give her your car since it's that sweet hybrid that you love so much.
You know what, Deborah? That is an absolute winner of a decision.
And I was actually thinking about that for a lot the past 24 hours.
Next topic.
I think it works out best.
And I keep thinking about, man, I really love this car.
Yeah.
No, I love those red brake pads you got on there.
More importantly, you just simply
yellow?
don't think she deserves it. That's what the problem is.
Well, I mean, come on. Would you give Tori your truck?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I heard that.
How about you don't like your little Mustang, your E-Mustang?
Yeah.
We'll swap.
Yeah. No. No.
That's
no.
Was
Hell
it the
to
swap
no,
word?
No.
Was it the swap word?
Right.
That word? Yeah, is that what triggered you?
No, not doing that. Well, good luck,
Made your
Jack.
butt pucker a little bit.
Maybe we can get you some money in there. I hope you work it out. But you're right, man. I mean, here's the thing: it's just like the house market right now.
Exactly.
People are like, I got like $300,000 in equity. I'm like, yeah. What are you gonna do with that when you sell?
Exactly.
You're gonna go buy yourself a 1-bedroom? Because let me tell you, $300K ain't going nowhere in this market. I mean, down payment wise, maybe, but God Almighty, man.
Yeah.
So you need to buy. You know what the good thing is you can find old Model 3s, and you can find an affordable Model 3, which is all electric.
Yeah.
But you got to figure out that charging thing in your house, brother, because I tell you, that plug-in, that 110 thing ain't working.
Right.
It takes you like a month. You'll need to install that 50-amp charger, which I could do for you for a small fee. All right, 407-916-1041. Jeff Pilson from Foreigner up next.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price.
Expect stop-and-go traffic from an accident authorities are clearing up on Florida's Turnpike heading northbound between State Road 50 and Scrub J Lane. There's heavy delays on I-4 eastbound between US 27 and Osceola Polk Line Road, and bumper-to-bumper traffic due to an accident blocking the right lane on I-4 eastbound between Conroy Road and John Young Parkway. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Churches.
Stop by Churches for the high-flying flavor combination of our Texas tenders and shrimp meal today. It's butterfly shrimp alongside made-from-scratch Texas tenders, served spicy or original for $6. Churches, welcome to the great state of flavor. Offer valid at participating locations.
No question what to do if you are looking for a new home or if you want to refinance the home you're in. You go to wearenotthebanks.com. Brad Siebert and the team did my refi several years ago, and right now might be the best time for you to lower the interest rate on your loan that are expected to rise later this year. Take advantage of that now and start saving. Or if you're ready to move into your dream home, Brad Siebert and the team at We Are Not the Banks can help secure your loan. They handle all types of buyers with all types of loans, whether they're VA loans, conventional, FHA loans, jumbo loans of all sizes, even no income documentation loans. Plus, as I mentioned, when they did my refi, knew everything I needed every step of the way, got a great rate, and closed very quickly. Brad and the team at wearenotthebanks.com for all your mortgage needs. NMLS ID number 205696, Equal Opportunity Lender.
This year full of real radio is brought to you by Clausman Law. Car crash? Call Glenn Clausman. ClausmanLaw.com.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
We've won over $1 billion for our clients over the years, but we don't think about that. Bill Belichick once said, "To live in the past is to die in the present. What matters is what we can do for you right now. So call us, Farrah & Farrah.
Orlando.
Forged from the fusion of sweet honey and spicy spice.
Translation: Wendy's new hot honey chicken sandwich and biscuit are here.
A molten sweet heat cast atop an inferno of flavor.
Translation: a bold hot honey sauce drizzled over Wendy's spicy chicken.
And topped with applewood smoked bacon.
What he said.
Venture to Wendy's for the new hot honey chicken sandwich or breakfast biscuit.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's hot honey chicken biscuit only includes crispy chicken and hot honey sauce and is only available during breakfast hours.
It's time to get back into the gym, and you can do it for just $9.99 a month. I'm talking about Esporta Fitness. I've been riding my bike a while now, but I know for a complete workout, I need more than that. And Esporta Fitness gives you access to a workout community and state-of-the-art amenities. Cardio machines, free weights, squat racks, they have it all. Get a free 3-day pass to Esporta Fitness near you at welcometoesportafitness.com. That's welcometoesportafitness.com. Premium fitness for as low as $9.99 a month. Start today.
Subject to enrollment and annual fees.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
This Saturday, only at Old Navy. Get women's PowerSoft flares and PowerSoft joggers for just $15. And girls' PowerSoft leggings are just $12. Hurry, it's this Saturday only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid 3-5, select styles only.
Enjoy dessert any time of day with Wawa's new Blackberry Cobbler handcrafted beverages. Inspired by the classic dessert, enjoy the flavors of sweet, fruity blackberry and baked caramel in a decadent cream smoothie, a hotter iced latte, rich macchiatos, and more. Each beverage is made fresh just for you, with no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives, for a sweet treat you can smile about. Order your perfect Blackberry Cobbler handcrafted beverage today. Gotta have a Wawa. Now when you think dinner, think Wawa. Wawa's got everyone's cravings covered with endless dinner options, including the double cheeseburger, with double the beef patties, double your choice of cheese, and if you'd like, double the bacon. Top it with fresh veggies, or don't top it at all. And while you're at it, throw in a side of fries. However you do dinner, Wawa's got you covered. Enjoy dinner your way. Available every day starting at 4 p.m. at Wawa.
Switch to Spectrum Mobile and get unlimited data for only $29.99 per month each when you get 2 or more lines. You could save hundreds on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com for details.
Do you want to sell your home fast and easy without a realtor? This is Gabriel with Florida Cash Home Buyers. You can sell us your home in 7 days or on your time frame. We can even pay you a cash advance before the closing. Call us at 407-410-9000. We can buy your home in any condition. No cleaning or fixing anything. And there's no commissions or fees. Call us today for a free cash offer. 407-410-9000. That's 407-410-9000.
There are tons of ways to connect with your favorite iHeart radio station. Calling, texting, DMing, faxing.
Huh? What's faxing?
But now you can talk to your favorite iHeart radio stations with one tap. Listen on the free iHeart Radio app and tap the record button on the full screen player to send us a voice message, shout outs, song requests, Wordle tips, and more. Yes! Get on the radio with just a tap. Only on the free iHeart Radio app. Discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
Thinking about divorce? Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Offices Altamont Springs.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Facebook.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Hope you had a good week. Hope you have a big weekend planned this weekend as well. Weather is supposed to be as good as it gets.
It really is. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And not only that, next week, we could be seeing our first 90s of the year. That normally doesn't happen until like April 11th. And then I think last year it came at the end of March.
Moving on up.
This year, we're moving on up. We're going to hit that
up.
90 in the beginning of March.
Whoa.
Ah, fun times, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fun times. Fun times. Let the sweat begin.
They're already. I saw a piece today about people who live on the Gulf Coast need to really start preparing because they're expecting for that world to get real interesting in the Gulf as the sea levels rise a little bit.
And I don't know if you all have heard this, but this was something I was really looking forward to doing, and unfortunately it's gone away after 25 years. The birding festival in Brevard County they're not doing it anymore. They've said goodbye after 25 years.
Yeah, I saw that.
Warmer weather means less migrating birds to even look at. And, of course, the financial strain put on by COVID for the past 2 years. 25 years I've been waiting to go see that damn thing, and now it's not happening anymore.
That's why you don't wait, Deb.
I know. Seriously, I thought I learned that after 9/11.
It's like concert shirts.
Right, you have to get it then.
When you're at a concert and you see the shirt you want, get it.
I know.
Guess what? Everyone else wants that same shirt, and they're going to be sold out at the end of the show.
I didn't even get a shirt at Tool. I didn't even think to look at one.
The Tool just got bitched out for having too many. Their prices being too ridiculous.
How much?
I think they were like 50.
What?
At Eagles, it was $45 for a T-shirt.
$50, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and then there was a guy selling one outside the arena. You know that guy. Guy.
Don't wash it.
Looked pretty good.
Yeah, don't
pretty
wash
good.
it.
I'm just saying, it looked pretty good.
Wash it.
It looked pretty good.
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here. Ross will be back with us next week. He's up in the Midwest doing some touring. We're waiting on Jeff Pilson from Foreigner to join us. They're playing coming up the Dr. Phillips Center. It looks like they're going to be there March 13th in the Walt Disney Theater, 7:30 showtime.
Yep.
And they're calling it the Greatest Hits Tour. They're not even telling, no joking. You know what you're going to get when you walk in.
That's awesome.
And I think it's awesome as well. Actually, my first question to him, if he hooks up with us, is, what do you think you owe the audience? Based on my experiences with Tool, recently where I pay my money. We go in there, we buy expensive, good tickets for good seats, and then we don't hear the songs that made them who they are, which sucks.
I was thinking about that at the Eagles show, your Tool experience, and because with the Eagles, it was the Hotel California album, which is an amazing album. When you hear that start to finish, you're just like, damn.
One of the greatest of all time.
1976, they dropped that thing. Yeah. And then it's funny because Don Henley, they're like, okay, we're going to take an intermission now. That was the whole album. And he goes, we're going to take an intermission, we're going to get changed, and we're going to come back and play the rest of the songs we know.
The ones we haven't forgotten.
And it was great because in that, of course, you had Joe Walsh's, Funk 49 with James Gang, and then Life's Been Good, as well as In the City, and then all the Eagles hits.
Which is very cool, actually, for them to allow him to do that because, it's an Eagles show. Joe Walsh, when he had his own band, it wasn't part of the Eagles, but they let him play those songs because, they're such iconic tunes, like 4 massive hits from Joe Walsh that defined the late 70s,
And it was one of the reasons they wanted him in the band is to have that kind of those hard rock edge that could close out a concert. I remember that's what Glenn Fry said in that documentary, The History of the Eagles. They wanted that edge in the band because otherwise it was kind of deemed like a soft rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like a country rock almost, like a folk band. So as soon as we get Jeff, we'll bring him on and talk about the show coming up here at the Dr. Phillips Center in March. Yes, Jack.
Tomorrow, join me. I will be in Sanford on the waterfront near Fort Mellon Park. It's the Touch a Truck event. I've never heard about this before.
I haven't
yet
either.
It's something that's been going on for years.
Wow.
But they get all the emergency vehicles. It's disaster equipment showcase, right? So everything the county has, so from fire trucks, but also the big trucks, small trucks, and then, the radio station van, Real Radio, will be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, a bunch of other different vehicles. And it's neat because it's really, it's free to the public and it's family friendly. And, kids like seeing trucks, boys and girls.
They do, Jane.
Yep. So you can see and experience vehicles and equipment from agencies that respond during and after severe weather events and disasters.
Yeah, because
pretty neat.
We did get a text earlier today, Jimmy. 77031. 70-year-old retired woman teacher, and I'll compare my Tonka trucks to yours today. Dozier backhoe dump truck plus a red white camper pickup with trailer and boat with pulley.
By the way, that's becoming a bigger thing. There are more women are working construction and heavy equipment than ever before, and a lot of women now driving big rigs across the states. It has become a thing now. Because women are like, look, I want a job that pays that. I want that adventure as well, and there's no reason I can't.
No, and there's a lot of popular channels on TikTok, actually, of women truckers talking to other women like, girl, you need to get out here and get you a rig. Get started.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah.
You can make good money, and the person I had seen recently being interviewed said, I have a college degree and couldn't find a job, but her husband ended up becoming a long-haul trucker. They started their trucking business, and now she's making 6 figures.
Let me tell you something. In the African-American community, there is a contingency of African-American women who have taken up truck driving as a career choice because of all of those things you just said.
Yeah. In fact, during COVID, that group you're talking about, Jimmy, there's a group of female truckers who came together to hand out care packages to truckers, kind of like the unsung heroes of COVID that were kind of forgotten in a way.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic, the idea of becoming a truck driver, it seemed like it was a career that all indications were that was going to be phased out with the self-driving trucks. And all the news is about how, this is the wave of the future, these self-driving vehicles. And it's like, and you're wondering if you're a truck driver now, what your future would be. And man, just, a year or two later, it's like, we need more truck drivers.
Right, exactly. Like Amy Drew needs a steak.
Exactly. We need more truck drivers.
You need truck drivers. And, my dad drove a truck his entire life. With the exception of a few years that he ran his print shop, but even then he was still 1 foot in the truck. He drove for Southland for years. He drove a sand truck for a while. He drove over the road for a company called Duselbox for a while. It was in his blood.
Yeah.
He loved being on the road. He loved the isolation of it. He's not a chatter. So he didn't mind kind of just being there, doing his thing, seeing the country. I've got a cousin that drives a truck, 2 of them that drive across the country in a truck.
My entire father, he and all of his brothers were over the road long haul truckers. And for me as a kid, when he would come home, to be able to climb in his rig and play in the sleeper compartment and pretend I didn't see those magazines was always, it was such a mysterious place to me. A truck where you could sleep and then drive. And he had always promised he was going to take me out on one of his runs, but I never had a chance to do that. And then I remember when I saw my uncle years later and saw his rig. Holy crap, did they change from the rigs of when I was a child, and that sleeper compartment was pretty cramped space. It was right behind the seats. My uncle's truck, you could stand up in, leather reclining seats.
Mini fridge.
You could walk in the back, flat
PS5,
screen TV.
40-inch TV.
You need room for the lot lizards.
Yeah, exactly. You got to have room for the lot. I mean, he said some of them even have showers. Some of those rigs.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've even
know that.
I've even started Googling like some of the best big rigs you can get out there, because you see some of those cabs rolling down the highway and it's like,
oh, they're badass.
I could just imagine what you have back there and what it cost you to buy that thing. What do you think? $650,000 to have one of those?
I don't know if they're much. I don't know if they're that much, but
one with a shower in it.
Well, I don't know. I don't even know how to price it. The first one that I remember seeing that you're like, damn, that's nice. Oddly enough, owned by Karl Malone, the former NBA player.
Really?
Yeah, because he during the off season, Karl Malone would take his tractor trailer and pull loads across the U.S.
What?
Yes, he loved driving so much he would do that. He did it kind of as a hobby, and he had his own tractor trailer for years. He actually still may have one. He's a unique character, and if I remember right, the trailer for his setup was like a black and gold semi-tractor, and in the back of it, it was like an Old West scene of horses pulling a stagecoach.
Cool.
And that was his trailer, and he would just do pickup runs.
Wasn't that in Smokey and the Bandit?
I don't know if it was or not. Maybe.
I remember watching a documentary about this truck driver, and he always traveled with his little bear who wore a hat. And it was a big red truck.
You're such a dumbass.
What?
And I'm over here just hook, line, and sinker. Yeah.
Such an idiot.
Yeah.
You are literally such an idiot.
It was like a weekly documentary when I was growing up.
It hurts my feelings when an idiot you are.
And this bear, it was his best friend.
What was his name, Jack?
BJ McKay.
You should go straight to hell. Why don't you go to hell?
I think I used to draw that truck.
Right again, guys. I'm right again. It wasn't a stagecoach, but it was it's like an old, like a scene out of the West.
Wait, time out.
I win.
You can't say I'm right again.
I
It
win.
wasn't a stagecoach.
It wasn't a stagecoach.
You just said it was a stagecoach.
Exactly. How are you right again?
Because I was close enough to be right for me.
That says everything. Oh,
it doesn't.
Someone just texted and said 800,000 for them those big Mac Daddy rigs. I'm trying to do.
He changed it and said 80 though.
No, 80 down. You got to put 80 down.
Exactly.
Oh, really?
Come on, some of those
Hold on
big
for a second.
trucks. I'm telling you.
Hold on for a second.
Let's buy one for the show.
Hold on.
Oh,
There's gotta
that would be.
There's
can you-
got to be. Hold on.
That would be a rolling broadcast center, Jack. We could go anywhere in the state of Florida with Jim
come on,
Colbert
Jim.
show, logo on the side, our four faces rolling down the highway. Come on now.
I'm telling you, also, the one time I got to ride on one of these things, my uncle drove one, and there's a little bit of a God complex when you're driving a big-ass tractor trailer, because you're off the ground. You're like 15 feet in the air.
You're the biggest thing on the road.
Nothing's going to really stop you.
No, exactly. Kentworth. I grew up with Schneider. Those were the trucks that I believe at the time when I was growing up, Schneider. The big orange.
Oh, no. He's a Mack and Kenworth and Volvo.
Schneider was the company that...
oh, I see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Peterbilt.
It says $200K for a Kenworth with a shower.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
Here's a Iron Planet. It is tractors and trucks for... okay, let's go to Freightliner. That's the ones they have the most for sale. A 2014 Freightliner. Oh, what?
How much?
How much?
No, that can't be right. Oh, it's an auction thing. So it's an auction. No way to tell straight up there. But I bet it is like $250,000 or so. It only makes sense.
Oh, here we go. The official trucker of the Jim Colbert Show, Solomon. Yep. 2019 Peterbilt, full auto, 12-speed, $145,000.
Okay, so with
12-speed, how the hell?
You got to remember that his was like custom painted, the whole 9 yards. So, and the trailers can be, I think, anywhere from 50 to 80 or 90 or 100 grand as well. So you're right, your entire package is closing in on 350 to 400, 500 grand.
12-speed.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to remember, you're pulling, tens of thousands of pounds. Your first gear maximum speed is like 1.5 miles an hour. But,
I know. I was
but you
behind
can pull
him
the
on
gates off hell.
I was behind him on 414 coming into work. I have to. All right, I got to confess.
Right.
Oh boy, here we go. Confession time, everybody. Listen up.
Roll tape.
Someone get C-Lane on the line.
I would
He'll absolve your
love
sins.
to learn how to drive a semi truck.
Oh, really?
Solomon, we're in Maitland.
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
I would love.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that we probably have a couple people in the audience who would be more than welcome to take you on a ride along that you'll never return from.
I was going to say, no, I don't want to ride with a happy face killer. I just want to learn how to blah, 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 blah. I know they don't do that anymore. Before you text us and say, don't do that anymore.
I think they're like all automatics now.
Yeah, they are.
I don't even think you have to shift anymore. Back in the day, you had to shift. There's back in the day,
pull that cord and honk the horn.
I think 12 speeds is low. I remember, didn't they used to have way more than that? Like your first speed, it wasn't even like there was no gear. You were through 5 gears and you weren't even going 9 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Just to get that damn load rolling, man. If you're one of those log truck dudes.
Oh my goodness. I remember I saw one of the most impressive videos is this young black kid shifting and driving his mom's semi through the neighborhood. This kid backs it up, turns it around corners, hits the horn, and the whole time he's got like one arm on the armrest.
Yeah.
He's like 8 years old.
What?
He's like 8 years old. You should see the skill this kid has in driving his mom's rig.
God, I think it'd be terrified driving one of those
It would be
things.
terrifying, but it'd be fun to learn.
Just getting all that mass moving down the road at 60, 70 miles an hour, understanding that's just, man, you are just a rolling conundrum.
Yeah, you are.
One of the neatest features of this show and for the years that this station has been putting out content is when you tap into a topic where you just get the people that who are directly connected will reach out to you. And who knew we had so many truckers listening, because we have so many different people saying how much they paid for their trucks.
Wow, and really? Apparently Peterbilt is the one that's considered to have the has the best body.
Yeah.
Called Jake braking.
Yeah, Jake brake is
What's that?
I've heard that term before. I'm not 100% sure what it is.
So 2006 Peterbilt 379 extended hood, 110-inch sleeper, 126,000.
That's not bad at all.
This is what it is. They still have Jake brakes, which cuts out the cylinders to slow down and in turn makes that noise that Deb likes. Blah, 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 blah. We could play What You Haulin' with Deb. Oh, that'd be so much fun.
Guy says he's got an 18-speed Kenworth. The guy right above him says I got a 20-speed.
Jeez Louise, I don't even have any concept of how you would even begin to drive that.
Your left leg would look like a redwood. just crushing that clutch like every 5 seconds.
Okay, here you got a 2018 Freightliner Cascadia, has a double bunk bed and fridge and storage, $165K.
Now, I used to work with a lady at the last radio company I worked with. She got married to a high school sweetheart that they had not seen each other in 30 years. She retired from the radio station, and that's what they did for retirement. She joined him as a trucker, and they haul loads all over the country. She loves it.
Guy says he's honking crazy on I-4 right now in his semi. Listen,
I wish I could hear it, man.
Let me tell you something, man. As a kid,
that was it, baby.
That was it.
There were very few pleasures greater than doing the old honker thing to a semi-tractor and then having them respond and honking it.
Yeah.
Like, you could just be like, oh, I can die now.
Exactly.
I got the guy to honk. I'm good. I can go now.
I remember being in the way back of the station wagon.
There you go.
Know, and just when they did that, you're like, yes. Then your dad driving, not knowing what's going on. He's like, what?
He's freaking out.
What is he beeping at me for?
And he's trying to drive and hit you with that one octopus hand way in the back. He can't do it. And then you make fun of him for not being able to do it. And then you got to stop and go to the bathroom, and you know what's coming.
Yeah.
That smack is you're gonna feel that one for a few miles.
Yeah, you are.
And you're not getting that plastic dinosaur either.
That was a little personal, Jimmy.
You're not going to huff that. You're not going to be able to huff that until Fort Lauderdale.
We would stand at the bottom of the hill. You'd see him start coming and start pulling on your arm. Just waiting.
Man.
It was, but you're right, Jimmy. That was such a great moment when they reciprocated, and it was always such a bummer if they didn't.
For us, it would be a bunch of dirty redneck Kool-Aid mustache idiot kids, shirtless in the back of a pickup truck that barely runs, going 70 down a 2-lane road. It's just a death machine, and every one of us. Honk, honk. We looked like they were going to sell us, is what it looked like. They were taking us to market. It's what it looked like back in the day. All right, 407-916-1041. I want to thank Jeff Pilson for joining us today. Thanks for skipping his dick. I appreciate that.
And guess what? You know what? We're still going to give away tickets to Seafarm.
Yeah.
God almighty. All right, back in a sec.
Womp womp.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
Will Ja Morant soon be the face of the NBA? Being a dynamic player and being the face of the league are two different things. We've only had 5 of those guys in league history. Magic, Bird, MJ, LeBron, and Shaq. Now, maybe Steph Curry. There's no doubt Ja's exciting, maybe the most exciting player. But it might just end there. He needs deep playoff runs, several. Can he take that next big step? I'm Colin Cowherd.
Staples has the tools your business needs to get work done no matter where. Right now, save up to $100 on select chairs, so your home office has everything your office has. In-store only offer ends 3/5 while supplies last. Explore what's new at Staples, the working and learning store.
Man, here in Central Florida, so vital. Deb just said it a minute ago. Next week, we're going to see 90s. It is that time in Florida, and it is time to make sure your AC is ready for that. Mills Air can help you with that. They've been doing it since 1992. 30 years of experience in Central Florida, keeping you nice and cool. Their techs know all the brands inside and out. And by the way, they're awesome people. Because the guy who runs his company just simply won't have it any other way. Leon Mills is the greatest. You'll see that when you start doing business with him. Not to mention, Carrier Factory authorized dealers can get you up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier for sure, and always turn to Mills Air for great service as well. Family owned and operated. Call today, 407-277-1159. Online, make your appointment at millsair.com.
Call me, Mark Anajar, at the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando. Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
My crusade for the perfect pizza crust has led me here, pining over a backyard wood-fired oven. But how do I bake this build into my budget? Where can I get some solid guidance on my finances? Who can help me understand if I have the dough for this?
A little financial advice. At Regions, we know that's important because your Life Green checking account comes with Greenprint, financial planning with a banker who will help you create a personal budget and live in the moment. Make your appointment at regions.com/Greenprint. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with a beautiful green lawn. Get it growing with Scott's Triple Action Lawn Fertilizer, starting at $29.98. And save $50 on the Skill 40-volt mower. Was $299, now $249. Create a season full of green and keep it looking pristine. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, out 3/3 through 3/9. U.S. only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
The premier engagement ring event is this weekend at International Diamond Center. IDC has flown in the entire Tokori ring collection direct from Los Angeles. Over 500 eye-catching elegant rings from the world's most acclaimed designer. And for this 3-day event, we've opened the IDC vault, showcasing our largest ever GIA and Forevermark diamond selection. Literally thousands of hand-picked precious diamonds, including all the hard-to-get sizes, all at IDC's guaranteed best price. Don't miss this chance to match the perfect diamond with a perfect Tokori ring with its clean, modern design and exquisite attention to detail. You'll see all the latest Tokori designs, hundreds of new styles, and get up to $1,500 in Tokori gift cards with your purchase. All this plus 36 months, zero-interest financing. It's the biggest engagement buying opportunity of the year, showcasing the world's best diamonds with the world's finest designer rings. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, and only at International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations on approved credit.
Forged from the fusion of sweet honey and spicy spice.
Translation: Wendy's new hot honey chicken sandwich and biscuit are here.
A molten sweet heat cast atop an inferno of flavor.
Translation: a bold hot honey sauce drizzled over Wendy's spicy chicken.
And topped with applewood smoked bacon.
What'd he say?
Venture to Wendy's for the new Hot Honey Chicken Sandwich or Breakfast Biscuit.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's Hot Honey Chicken Biscuit only includes crispy chicken and hot honey sauce and is only available during breakfast hours.
This Saturday, only at Old Navy. Get women's Power Soft flares and Power Soft joggers for just $15. And girls' Power Soft leggings are just $12. Hurry, it's this Saturday only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Valid 3-5, select styles only.
Care has the power to bring kindness where it's needed. It brings out the best in every one of us. It doesn't just see people. It takes time to understand them. It puts the needs of others ahead of its own. And when you start with care, you end up with a very different kind of bank. Truist. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
O'Reilly. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, get up to a $15 gift card after mail-in rebate when you purchase select Superstart batteries. With the power, performance, and reliability your vehicle demands, Superstart batteries are designed for lasting performance and consistent starts. Turn the key with confidence. Superstart batteries only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity during tax season because so much sensitive info is all together.
Before we start the annual meeting of Sean's personal info, has anyone seen Social Security number? Not me. Nuh-uh. Oh no. He's been stolen.
LifeLock by Norton makes it easy to help protect yourself. If you become a victim, we'll work to fix it. No one can monitor all transactions, but you can save up to 25% off your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by the Original Mattress Factory.
Still showing the world every aspect of your life on social media? Yep, us too. Find Real Radio 1041 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Again, a big thanks to Jeff Pilson for joining us from Foreigner. If you didn't hear the interview, you can go to JimColbertLive.com and hear the podcast. He was amazing. Told us so many great stories about the 80s and how he was a guitar player, bass player for one of the best 80s rock bands that never gets credit for it. Fascinating interview. Thanks, Jeff. We appreciate you doing that for us and taking the time to schedule an appointment with us and then stiff us. We appreciate that very much.
Yeah, go to Jim Colbert Show, The Good, and you can hear our conversation with Gilbert Gottfried.
Yeah.
Jay Leno.
That is, you want to know
Howie Mandel.
You want to know one of my pet peeves? I don't have many pet peeves. I really don't. Not many things bother me. I know that probably comes as a shock because it seems like it does, but really a lot of it's surface.
Yeah.
That bothers me.
Yeah.
When you waste my time like this and you waste this show's time, let me tell you, this show's time is not cheap.
Right.
This is by far the #1 show in Orlando, and it's not even close. And to get that, it's so unprofessional. It's so unbelievably unprofessional. All right, go ahead, Jack. I'm sorry.
Jim, we do have a prize. As you can hear, it's the music of a Foreigner, and it's a pair of tickets to see Foreigner, the greatest hits of Foreigner, and that is a week from Sunday. It's Sunday, March 13th at the Dr. Phillips Center. It's a 7:30 show, and we have a pair of tickets to send you there to see this band and their greatest hits of the 70s and 80s.
There you go, man.
One of my first cassettes when I did the Columbia Record and Tape Club was Foreigners.
Yeah, I think this is one of the most underrated bands from the 80s. I mean, they had so many hits. I mean, this is a greatest hits tour, and when you go, you're going to know every note to every song, every word to every song.
The song you're playing right now for the Rejoin music was on the first K-Tel record I bought at Shopko. because I was waiting to get to the Police's Roxanne, which was the next single right after this
All right,
one.
very good.
By the way, trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company, and they love the Jim Colbert Show as well. So if you mention us, that's going to get you a discount,
Right
baby. Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO Moving.com. Jim, back to you.
Thanks so much, Deb. I appreciate that. Who goes first today, brother?
Well, in honor of Ross, let's choose Adam. It's
Adam.
biblical.
It's biblical.
It is biblical.
Adam, how are you, friend?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, buddy. Want to play a little game with us?
Sure.
Let's do it. Take my line.
Want to play a game?
He hates it when you do that, by the way.
Irritated now. Don't take my line.
Not many things make me mad, but that
Right.
makes me mad.
All right, Adam. Got a very easy game here for you. 1 question, 4 answers. One of the answers is a lie. If you can find that one, I will send you to the sauce jar and off to see Foreigner. Are you ready?
I am.
All right, very good. On this day in 1837, that's 1837, the city of Chicago was incorporated.
Oh, cool.
On this day, Chicago became a city. Here are 3 fun facts about Chicago and 1 lie that just got shot while buying a deep dish pizza.
Duh, Bears.
Number 1.
Still suck.
The first Playboy mansion was actually in Chicago. Number 2. The first blood bank in the U.S. was created in Chicago in 1937. Number 3, the University of Chicago has one of the only complete copies of the original Gutenberg Bible.
Ooh, wow.
And lastly, spray paint was invented in Chicago. Which of those is a lie?
Let's go with the Playboy Mansion.
No, that's absolutely true.
Wow.
The very first Playboy Mansion was in Chicago, not in Los Angeles. Because I think he created the magazine was created while he was in Chicago.
Wow.
I believe so. Jack, who's next, brother?
Oh, that would be David. It's biblical.
David.
Biblical.
Hey, biblical, and we have a Bible thing here.
Yeah, we do.
David, how you doing?
Good, Jim. How are you, man?
I'm good, brother. Find the lie here for me. We're talking about Chicago. Today it was incorporated in 1837. Number 1, the first blood bank in the U.S. was created in Chicago in 1937. Number 2, the University of Chicago has one of the only complete copies of the original Gutenberg Bible. And lastly, spray paint was invented in Chicago.
I would say the Bible.
Yeah, the Bible's right, buddy. You're a winner.
Yay!
There you
Oh,
go.
the streak over.
Yeah, streak is over, man. You broke my streak. How you feel about that?
That's good, man.
Yeah, it is good. You're right.
It is. He's very happy with that.
All right.
Good for you.
He ain't got no problem with that, Jimmy.
Enjoy the show, David. We appreciate it. Give us
Yeah.
a full review when you hear it.
Tell
Yell
Jeff
at-
we said hi.
Yell at Pilson to set his alarm next time. Jesus Christ. All right, a couple other things you may not know about Chicago. By the way, true. The first blood bank in the U.S. was created in Chicago in 1937. And also true, spray paint was invented in Chicago. A couple other things you may not know. The city has a long history of crime and corruption. Everybody knows that. In 1918, 100 waiters, that's 100 servers in restaurants, were arrested for poisoning people for not tipping them well enough.
Damn. See, this is why you always want to tip.
In Chicago, Chicago is where beer make.
I love how she justifies
I like
it.
that, right? Don't get poisoned.
Well, it's either that or a sneeze muffin.
Chicago is where beer maker Pabst won its famous blue ribbon.
That's why Wisconsin hates
that's-
Chicago.
That's where it came from.
That's where it
They
came
took
from.
the brew business away from Wisconsin.
They
It
sure-
went to Chicago.
In 1930, the city of Chicago opened the world's first planetarium in the Western Hemisphere.
Wow.
And then lastly here, Walt Disney, born in Chicago, Illinois.
Have you ever been?
One time, just for a quick weekend for a broadcast, we were up there. I went to Rush Street one night. It was a blur. We went to the Museum of Natural History.
Oh, Jimmy, you have to go back to Chicago.
Oh, no, I want to go, but I just got the weather. I got to get
You were
up there
there
when
for
it's
the
nice.
first weekend in 2001
Yeah.
of April.
Really?
Yeah, my birthday
You
weekend.
gotta go see a baseball game at Wrigley Field. Whether
Yeah.
you're a Cubs fan or not, it's such an iconic ballpark. To
Agreed.
see a game played there with the ivy on the walls.
Yeah, pretty cool,
It's
huh?
such a cool experience. You got to go there and then drive up and see Lambeau.
Yeah.
There in Green Bay.
By the way, going back to the Gutenberg Bible thing, how many total copies do you think are still remaining?
3.
No, it's way more than that. I did not know this.
Okay, 4.
49.
Points.
Wow.
49, but those are not, they're not complete. As they know, only 21 complete versions of the original Gutenberg Bible, which I think was the first thing printed in the world with the printing press. exist, and I think about 10 of them are in the U.S.
Wow.
At various locations. Harvard has one. Princeton has one. A couple of the libraries, big libraries of Congress, I think has one. So pretty cool, though, and they're worth a whole bunch of money. Just a whole bunch. All right, let's take a little break. Back with more of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
Woo! If you don't dig it, we'll eat our hat. The big floppy brimmed one.
But we look really good in that one.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call ClausmanLaw.com.
Heading northbound on Florida's Turnpike has been closed due to an accident between State Road 60 and Williams Road. Heading southbound on Florida's Turnpike has been closed due to an accident between Canoe Creek Road and State Road 60. And traffic has been stopped on I-4 eastbound between Conroy Road and John Young Parkway due to an accident blocking the right lane. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Stand Up to Cancer.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Man, if you're in need of a new fence, you got to think Mossy Oak Fence. I just called these guys again today. You know, it's so great having somebody you can lean on for products and services that you know are going to give you great products and great services. Mossy Oak Fences is that company. The fence they built for me already, the wood one, is simply amazing. The cool thing is I can go back to these guys for another fence. It's aluminum or PVC. They have all the materials. These guys are freaks for quality, freaks for satisfaction, and their craftsmen use only the very best materials, getting you the best results every single time. And they set the standard when it comes to quality, and that quality backed by the best warranty in the business. You need a fence? Visit mossyoakfences.com. And as always, let the Mossy family protect your family today.
If you're ready for some outdoor family fun, head to Sanford Riverwalk on Saturday, March 5th for the Touch a Truck event. Seminole County Office of Emergency Management is hosting the Disaster Equipment Showcase for Severe Weather Awareness Week, where everyone can see and experience vehicles and equipment from agencies that respond during and after severe weather events and disasters. Saturday, March 5th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., it's time to touch a truck at the Sanford Riverwalk at Fort Mellon Park.
Life is great when you get a VA home loan with Navy Federal Credit Union. Like having expert guidance through the home buying process kind of great. With other lenders, life is okay. Like figuring it out for yourself okay.
What do ARM, DTI, and PMI mean?
I don't know. Too many acronyms.
Luckily, when you're a member, life is better. Like getting expert guidance from a top VA home loan lender kind of better. Learn more at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Start driving the truck that you deserve today. Work trucks, lifted trucks, diesels, 4x4s. Nations Trucks has them all on the lot right now. So visit nationstrucks.com and check them out and get pre-approved today. Take advantage of interest rates as low as 1.99%. Make no payments till July with approved credit. Ford, Chevy, Dodge Ram, and GMC. You can find them all at Nations Trucks, the world's largest independent truck dealer.
It's Super Cash time at Old Navy. Right now, redeem your $10 in Super Cash and save $10 on every $25 purchase. Use it on everything. Run to Old Navy or OldNavy.com today. Valid 2/26-3/6. Excludes gift cards and clearance. See OldNavy.com/supercash for more details.
Ready to save more on your mobile bill? With Spectrum Mobile, get unlimited data and nationwide 5G for just $29.99 per month when you get 2 or more lines. All with no contracts, added taxes, or hidden fees. And now for a limited time, you can save up to $300 on the new Samsung Galaxy S22 series. This is the epic new smartphone you've been waiting for. Visit SpectrumMobile.com today for details. Offer valid for new customers on 2 or more unlimited lines. Spectrum Internet required. Subject to change. Visit SpectrumMobile.com for offer details.
How many of you would like to make more money doing all the same stuff you're doing now? Right? I'm guessing a lot of people are, I would like to do all the same things and make more money. Get Upside can help you out. I mean this. Get Upside is a free app. It pays you 25 cents a gallon or more on your first fill up when you use the promo code REAL. It's as easy as that. A free app that pays you money when you go to the same gas station you're probably already going to. Get Upside can be used at over 25,000 gas stations. All the big names allow you to use Get Upside to get that cash back. It's even better than that, though, because the grocery stores, restaurants that you already go to, they too will pay you cash back. And that money starts to go from tens of dollars to hundreds of dollars. Some of you have emailed me about thousands of dollars you've made with the Get Upside app. There's only one thing holding you back. a free download. Take a moment of your time, take that smartphone out, and go into the App Store. Search for Get Upside and use the promo code REAL to start making money with the Get Upside app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Local or long distance, when it's time to move, let Cento Family Moving and Storage move you. CentoMoving.com.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Trading in or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in just 3 easy steps. 1. Get your free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with your check in as little as 30 minutes. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Your accident, your future, your attorney. Contact them at whenyounneedus.com or call pound 546 from your cell. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
You better work.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us, 77031. Use our TalkBack feature. It's brand new. All you have to do is download the iHeartRadio app. It's free. And by the way, like Deb says all the time, if you're dealing with this static that we've had for the last few months or so, that's supposed to be cleared up in the next few days, that'll allow you to listen crystal clear via the stream. And you can Bluetooth that right into your car stereo, right into your home speaker. It works perfectly fine. I use that app all the time.
As do I, and so I'll connect my phone to the car and then be able to Apple CarPlay and then listen. I can listen to the station that way as well.
Bro.
But we've been going through antenna repairs, which it's a process. It's not just you can't run down to the Home Depot and get a new radio antenna.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, they had to build one, and so it's in the process. And a week ago, they had to make some changes with how the antenna works, and hopefully this week we'll get it back to 100%. And so we appreciate your patience during these troubled times.
Yeah, hang in there with us. We know it's frustrating.
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here along with Jack.
Hello.
Ross will be back with us on Monday.
Didn't mean to step in for Jack with a hello.
Yeah, my fault. Going to a comedy show tonight.
You are?
Yeah.
You're doing a comedy show?
Yeah. Oh, what? You got a Type 5?
Going to a comedy show. Going to a comedy show tonight.
Date night?
A little less impressive, but what you got?
Out in Sanford. Ross's buddy Christoph is headlining a show out there at the West End Theater. My wife and I, and we're bringing a little group of people going out there by some. We try to support as much local stuff as we possibly can, man.
Good idea.
Yeah,
really do.
It's a nice theater too.
It is. It's cool. Matter of fact, I had a couple of people saying that they wish they would have gotten tickets. I think it's sold. So
really good for
cool.
Christoph.
Pretty good. They did
it is. What about you, Jack? What are your after show plans for tonight?
Tonight, I'm gonna rest up because tomorrow I'm gonna be from 10 until 2 at the Touch a Truck event in Sanford. Matter of fact, right down the block from where Jimmy's going tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be on the waterfront, right by Fort Mellon Park, and all the Seminole County emergency vehicles are going to be there. It's a free event, family friendly. Come on out. We're gonna and I'll have the Real Radio van out there and some giveaways as well.
Hey,
cool.
Is the sheriff's office bringing out their fun stuff, like bringing out the riot tank and stuff like that?
Helicopter?
Yeah, I'm just
bro.
let's see.
Let me tell you, Seminole County's got some fun stuff. Seminole County got some fun stuff. Dennis
see.
Lehman.
Let's see what I can find.
Look, I'm telling you straight up. Well, Don wasn't joking over there in Seminole County for a long time.
No.
My man brought some hardware.
Yeah, he did.
They got that crazy riot thing where you just drive it right into the house where the dum-dums are. You start blowing people away. That'd be cool if they had all that stuff out there. Not saying that the emergency stuff with the fire trucks and all that isn't cool, but man, to have that other stuff out there from the police department would be pretty badass.
Well, Seminole County Sheriff's Office has the #1 position. Then we have, many different police departments
Very
all through
cool.
Altamont, Castleberry, Longwood, Sanford,
Bro.
Winter Springs.
You got no idea, man. There's some hardware in Central Florida, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I may slide by that tomorrow.
Civil Air Patrol.
They bring out choppers and everything. They don't joke.
Oh, yeah, I think. Oh, this is going to. I'm actually looking forward to this.
I was going to say, do you guys
By the way-
realize how much you sound like two little boys now when you're talking about, they're going to have the fire trucks and the police cars?
If you go by the Real Radio van and there's a tent and a table there and some koozies, help yourself because I might be walking around looking at some of the other
You're gonna be
vehicles.
touching the truck.
Because I'm there by myself. So.
You guys remember we did that one thing with the for the police dogs?
It was for Canines United.
And they brought out their, Seminole County brought out the chopper, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, they've got a race
man.
coming up or just had one in St. Augustine.
They got boats, too.
And, I'm not saying we're taking credit for it, but I believe our support with that organization is part of the reason why they were able to get the new tag that you can get in Florida that the proceeds go toward providing funds for police canines. So that's one of the new license plates in Florida because we don't have enough.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't have enough.
We have a lot, but we're not even close. There's another state that has twice as much as us. It's so bananas. So I don't know if you guys heard, but there was did you guys hear about COVID?
Oh, is this something new?
Yeah, there was I don't know, a couple of years ago or something. There was this there's this thing going around. They called it COVID. None of you paid attention to it. It really didn't have any effect on anybody. It was just kind of slow week of news.
Yeah, well,
obviously with COVID, one of the big stories and one of the big newsmakers was the origin of COVID. And of course, we heard every incarnation of possibilities from both sides of the aisle on where it could have come from.
Right.
From a Chinese, from the Wuhan wet market to a Chinese lab. God, we've heard every single possible theory of how COVID happened. Well, it turns out, NPR story today, that they have been really trying to find out really what the origin point was. And they took in everything into consideration of where they thought the COVID virus could have originated from, the OG one, right? March 2020. And they did kind of conclude that they know where it came from.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah, I had heard that it was from the Wuhan, the animal market at Wuhan, but Jimmy delved in a little bit more to that story, and it'd be nasty.
That was the first story, that it was the wet market in Wuhan.
Right.
And all the evidence was does anyone want to look at this, the lab, and,
there was a lot of compelling evidence.
A lot of shadiness around the lab.
A lot of compelling evidence about the lab thing, but they did conclude that they do believe that the COVID virus originated in the Wuhan markets. Now, it wasn't the wet market. Now, what's that animal? It's a scaled animal. Starts with a P. That everybody
pangolin,
pangolin, right?
Yeah.
They thought it was possibly a pangolin or something like that because they were eating them or some other animal. Of course, there's no refrigeration there. There's just and blood guts everywhere. You could see where something like that could easily climb out of an area of that nature. It's completely disgusting, by the way.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that market. They concluded that the COVID virus actually started in the seafood area of the Wuhan market. Now, I think that's separate from the wet market. I think it's a separate area, maybe not separated by that much.
Sounds just nasty.
Yeah, but basically what happened was this. They published an international team of scientists published 2 extensive papers online offering the strongest evidence to date that COVID-19 originated in the animals at the market in Wuhan. Specifically, they concluded it probably jumped from a cage wild animal into people at the seafood wholesale market. So what they think happened is this. And if you've seen these markets, it ain't like a butcher shop you see here in America. It's not like a clean Publix or Winn-Dixie market where you look back there and go, wow, everything's clean, hot water and bleach. It's going to be cool. These are basically tables set up, and they're slaughtering anything they can get their hand on. It's disgusting at nth levels. But what they think happened is this. In these seafood markets, if you look, up above and on the walls, there's shelving. And on those shelves, they kept caged wild animals. Foxes, raccoons, they even kept dogs. And they think what happened was the droppings from those cages worked their way down into the seafood market.
Ew.
Of course, passing on any viruses that may have been in the droppings, in the poo. And then, of course, working its way into humans and then spreading like we know. That's what they think absolutely happened in Wuhan. That is the definitive case that it started in the seafood market there in Wuhan, China. Very convincing.
Yeah.
Is what they say. Now, it says the studies don't exclude other hypotheses, but they're saying that that with all of the scientists involved, that is the conclusion that most of the people came to, that it probably had to have come from there. And they have photographic evidence of the animals, which could have been infected at that time. So that's what they're going with,
Yeah, well, at least they're still looking.
Well, I mean, I think, maybe that'll close it up. Maybe that'll be one of those things where they go, well, now we know, dust that off and move forward. I don't know.
I just wish that our good friend Pootie Poot.
Oh, Pootie Poots?
Which, of course, was one of the nicknames that George W. Bush used to call him. He used to also call him Chicken Legs.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
I didn't know that.
He called him Pootie Poot, and he would call him that to his face.
Yeah. I remember Madeleine Albright, if you'll, in the New York Times earlier this week or late last week, she wrote an op-ed piece about, she was President Clinton's Secretary of State, and she met Vladimir Putin when he was just coming into the scene.
Yeah.
And she tells a story about her first meeting with him and how she said that he was reptilian.
Small.
He was small, pale, and reptilian.
Yeah, only about 5'5" or 5'7".
Yeah, he's not very big.
Couldn't wait for the pandemic to come to an end and the world to kind of,
Did I tell you guys what they said? Oh, I told you that yesterday about why they decided to invade Ukraine.
Oh, yeah, because of Xi. I saw that on Twitter today that someone had said, listen, let's be honest, this war could be over with one phone call from President Xi of China, but that's not in his best interest right now to make that call.
And now one of the big decisions is whether or not we stop buying Russian oil. Although it's only about 1% to 2% of our total oil consumption comes from Russia. But of course, most people are saying, well, if you're, how can you buy from them,
right,
and know that you're basically supporting a war against Ukraine, and then in the same jacket, basically condemning the entire thing.
And apparently, NATO has voted to not enforce a no-fly zone, which President Zelensky of Ukraine is very upset by.
Yeah, but I mean that's a step that can't be stepped back.
And that's what a lot of U.S. officials were saying earlier. They're saying, listen, a no-fly zone, enacting a no-fly zone is basically a signal for all-out war.
It is. I mean, basically what you're telling them is they can't continue with their air raids on that country.
Yeah, and you're committing troops.
And you're committing
troops.
Right, you're committing troops. So it's a bad news. That's not ever going to happen. Zelensky can cry all he wants. He's not going to get that. Not until something super major happens. At least not till
yet. Yeah, exactly. Not yet.
And I'll go back to the beginning of the show, and I still don't have an answer to that. What if this guy turns up dead? We know the Russians have that in their repertoire. They tried to get Navalny with nuclear poison. I mean, and he says that they've already had.
They poison people when it's not war.
They've already had 3 attempts at this guy's life. This is what he claims. Zelensky claims that there's been a Russian or Chechen. Chechen group in Ukraine already seeking him out, and his family for that matter.
They were dropped into Ukraine. The unit was, quote unquote, from what I saw over social media the weekend, it was exterminated. And what's interesting is that on our YouTube channel right now, in the chat section, there was someone as a tile guy out in Palm Coast who's now traveled to Ukraine to go fight for his family, to go fight for his country.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to give a shout out to that because it just goes to show it's hitting a lot. It's overseas, but we still have people affected by it here.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. I have a question about a familial situation.
Oh,
I saw a cool story today about how, and I'm kind of guilty of this.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
But it is an interesting family situation. We kind of bat it around when we come back. And I think Jack is going to have the most interesting input here.
Really?
All right, we'll tell you what that is next.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio. At 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos. For locations, go to gringoslocos.com and securedroofingandrestoration.com. Visit their website for your free estimate today. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price.
Watch out for heavy delays on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway, and bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 westbound between Dirksen Drive and Lake Mary Boulevard. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike this afternoon, you can expect stop-and-go traffic heading southbound between CR 561 and North Hancock Road. Traffic has been stopped on I-4 eastbound between Universal Boulevard and Conroy Road. See traffic troubles? Call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new Blackberry Cobbler handcrafted beverages are the perfect treat. Enjoy flavors of sweet, fruity blackberry and baked caramel in your Blackberry Cobbler cream smoothie, latte, or macchiato today. Gotta have a Wawa.
Man, when the big box stores wanted to partner up with a bathroom remodeling company, they chose Rebath. Here's why. Great reputation. These guys are very good at what they do, and they've been doing it a long time, 31 years. Plus, they have the proper licenses, insurance. They're dependable. They have standards of performance to make sure you get the job you pay for on time, every time. And even better, they background check their employees. So do what the big box stores did. They picked the right people to do the right job, and that was Rebath in mid-Florida. You can do the same thing and get the incredible service and the incredible bathroom you deserve and have been waiting for. It's time to make that move. Rebath is the company to do it for you, and they have everything ready to go right now. Matter of fact, you can actually see the stuff. Their showroom is easy to find, 436 in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. And when you walk in, you'll see some models set up. That's just to show you what the products look like, because the products are amazing. And remember, if you have one of those terrible garden tubs you never use anymore, they can get that out of there and create an amazing shower combination that will make your home so much better and worth so much more money, and you'll be so much more happy. Log on today at rebathmidfla.com. Look at the before and afters and go, yep, that's good. We'll just do that. That'll be fine. And then they'll do it for you. Again, book your appointment today. It's rebathmidfla.com.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1 brought to you by Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm.
Do you want to sell your home fast and easy without a realtor? This is Gabriel with Florida Cash Home Buyers. You can sell us your home in 7 days or on your time frame. We can even pay you a cash advance before the closing. Call us at 407-410-9000. We can buy your home in any condition. No cleaning or fixing anything. And there's no commissions or fees. Call us today for a free cash offer. 407-410-9000. That's 407-410-9000.
This is Dan. Dan uses Navy Federal Credit Union to save and invest. Luckily for him, Navy Federal takes the legwork out of managing his money, which gives Dan time to work on other things, like his new auctioneering hobby. If you want to be like Dan, learn about our savings and investment options at NavyFederal.org/save and invest. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Bidder number 63.
Savings products insured by NCUA. Investment options are available through Navy Federal Investment Services and are not insured by NCUA.
I'm Jeff. I got a call that my wife Katie was in a bad car accident and was airlifted to Shands Hospital. When I got there, she was in surgery for a brain injury. She's had a long recovery. We needed an attorney. Our close friends recommended Glenn Klausman. Glenn Klausman was available 24/7 to help. We've been blessed by my wife's recovery. The results from Glenn Klausman's efforts were way more than expected. He's more than an attorney for us. He's a friend. Call him at 407-917-1718, KLAUSMAN law.com, office Winter Park.
It's time to get back into the gym, and you can do it for just $9.99 a month. I'm talking about Esporta Fitness. I've been riding my bike a while now, but I know for a complete workout, I need more than that. And Esporta Fitness gives you access to a workout community and state-of-the-art amenities. Cardio machines, free weights, squat racks, they have it all. Get a free 3-day pass to Esporta Fitness near you at welcometoesportafitness.com. That's welcometoesportafitness.com. Premium fitness for as low as $9.99 a month. Start today.
Subject to enrollment and annual fees. Let's make a toast to doing more this spring. Actually, let's make 2. Introducing 2 delicious new toasts from Dunkin'. Hummus and roasted tomato and avocado and roasted tomato. Spring it on with creamy hummus or savory avocado spread on sourdough bread topped with slow roasted, perfectly seasoned vine-ripe tomatoes. Actually, let's make a 3rd toast to the 2 toasts I was just talking about. Here's to you 2 tasty tomato top toasts. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
It's Super Cash time at Old Navy. Right now, redeem your $10 in Super Cash and save $10 on every $25 purchase. Use it on everything. Run to Old Navy or OldNavy.com today. Valid 2/26 to 3/6. Excludes gift cards and clearance. See OldNavy.com/supercash for more details.
My Friday nights usually spent out, but since my friends got Xfinity Internet, Friday nights in are where it's at. Because Xfinity has Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig to power a house full of connected devices all at once. We got our show streaming, playlists bumping, and games galore. That's gig speed Wi-Fi for every great night in. Can your internet do that? Come on, y'all. The coasters aren't just for decoration.
Now through March 7th, ask how to get a special offer of $200 back when you get gig speed internet. Or get started with Xfinity Internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. New Connect 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and Xfi gateway. Actual speeds vary.
What up, you freaking maniacs? It's Tommy Lee, and we're back, baby.
And this is Joe Elliott from Def Leppard.
iHeartRadio and all the bands in the stadium tour want you to have the ultimate experience at the show in Miami. We'll get you flights, hotel, and front row tickets to the show. Plus, you'll meet the crew, Def Leppard and Poison.
To win, open the free iHeartRadio app and listen to Slippery When Wet Radio.
And you're automatically entered.
Tickets for the stadium tour are on sale now at LiveNation.com.
This is going to be insane.
Good luck, and we'll see you there with iHeartRadio.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Jimmy, I don't own a truck. I don't want to own a truck. But if I hear Deb make that sound 2 more times, I'm gonna buy a truck. That is awesome. Do it, Deb, do it.
All right, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1.
Now buy me a truck.
407-916-1041.
Damn it. Peterbilt. I want a Peterbilt.
Easy. Why would you do that? Why would you give somebody that? Namely Bradshaw.
Oh, you're right, of all the names.
Nah, we had music.
That's just one small edit away from being super funny. All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb and Jack are here. Ross is out partying.
On tour.
He's on tour out in the Midwest. He'll join us back on Monday. He'll be here Monday and Tuesday and then off again out in the Great Yonder there doing more stand-up. Got tons of shows on that next week.
Yeah, he does.
5 or 6 of them. That's weird. I mean, the little bit of stand-up I did, I like after the 3 or 4 months of doing it like every weekend, I was like, this sucks. This is so boring. Because you tell the same stuff over and over again, and it just, you wind up, it's like those bands. I would always ask band members, like we talked to Jeff Pilson today, I was asking him, I was like, how do you get out on stage and play those same songs over and over and make it seem like it's the first time you ever played it, because it's difficult, And
I forgot what was his answer.
He just mumbled a bunch because he was drunk.
I was just talking to Ross, seriously, legitimately, this week we talked about, there was a comedian who was saying, after 3 times, I just want to tell new stuff. I get bored with it. And Ross is like, that's not the game.
It's not the game.
Stand up, you tell the same thing because it gets better and better. The more you tell it, the more you refine it and boil it down to its essence, and that what Ross calls an economy of words. You don't have any extra words. You get that story and that joke boiled down to its essence and get the maximum impact.
That's the tight of the tight 20.
Yeah,
and the fact that it's whittled down to the best it could possibly be in the least amount of time.
So think, if Ross is doing 6 shows this weekend, that's the same. He's doing 6 of the same show for different people.
And a couple hours apart. I mean, you do a 7 o'clock show, then you do a 10 o'clock show.
Right.
Doing it in the same night, same hour of stuff. I don't have that in me. I think playing music, it would be a little different. I did that for a while. That was always kind of fun. Once I learned how to play well enough where I wasn't freaking out that I was going to mess up the whole show. But with stand-up, it's on you. And I don't know, man. It just wasn't fun. It just wasn't.
I've always wanted to give it a try. But to me, the hard part, be it musician or comedy, is the letdown after the show.
Yeah, I mean, when it's all done.
When it's all done and you get back to a quiet hotel room, it's being able to bridge that time for me that would be the most difficult because you got to keep that energy up for that 10 o'clock show.
Well, yeah, you're right. And I don't know if I could muster up the verve to sell those jokes over and over again, night after night. And then some people would use the same bits for decades.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, decades.
Yeah.
407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I was telling you guys beforehand that there was this argument was based in a financial argument. I'm not going to use that aspect of it, but it was a neat argument. This guy basically, it was him and his brother. His brother had fallen on hard times because he mismanaged his money and overextended himself. And when his father passed in the will, he left that brother more money than he left the brother who was self-sufficient and had his S together. And he basically said he coddled this guy his entire life. And then it goes on and they stop talking about the financial aspects of it and start talking about here's the term, the misappropriation of, or the distribution of parental attention. The distribution of parental attention. In other words, did this guy's father paid more attention to his ne'er-do-well brother because he needed more of it, while his other brother, who had his S together and took care of everything, got less attention from his dad because he didn't, quote, need the attention. He didn't need the help.
Isn't that the prodigal son story in the Bible? Yeah, it's
almost the same thing, isn't it?
The feast for the one who went away and the one who's like, hey, I've been here working the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. What about me?
Yeah. And it's funny, Mita, because I think that naturally happens. Like you naturally will you'll find a kid you have something more in common with, or whatever. You wind up you can't do it, but you're not supposed to do it. But I know that happens.
But it's also it's the one that needs attention, and it's like sometimes you see there's a parallel like in radio. If you're number one, you don't need the focus of promotion and advertising as much as if you're number 6, because you're trying to make them better. So sometimes even negative attention is attention, and sometimes some kids need more attention than the ones that seem to have their stuff together.
The old squeaky wheel.
But it doesn't mean they don't feel
that's
neglected.
So I learned that the hard way, because out of my 4 kids, I had one of them that could have done their own thing at like 15 years old, so I thought. But it turns out that wasn't the case at all. They needed a little bit more help than I thought. That was one of the mistakes I made parenting and my wife and I both have talked about this ad nauseum. You're like, wow, at 14, 15 years old, the kid was just really self-sufficient. And we're like, okay, well, we can concentrate on, because this one's got it together. And it turns out that wasn't really the case. Yeah, he's a self-sufficient guy, but, needed help down the road. And of course, he's killing it now, doing great. But in that same sense, you have that happen. And the reason I thought it would be interesting for Jack is because Jack is one of 7.
Yes, I have 6 sisters.
So you have one of 7, him and 6 sisters. Was there a definite favorite for your mom? I know your father wasn't with you very long, but was there a definite favorite for your mother?
Yeah, Jack.
It's so funny. Did you see the smile?
Oh, yeah.
So there is one. We have to find out who it is.
I think it's Jack.
Not only,
who do you think it is? I bet your sister's probably thinking somebody else.
So here's the deal. That's been a long-running joke. And it's, we all claim to be the favorite. And there is an idea. We do have ideas on who is the favorite. There's one.
Your mother would never make that. I mean, was she ever asked directly?
No.
You're a liar.
Oh, yeah, that was way too long. That was way too...
That sounds like a question you would ask her.
Because she was living in his house.
I would approach it in a joking manner.
Uh-huh.
I would approach it in a joking manner.
Now, let me stop you there real quick. Let me peel... Let me slide back this curtain on Bradshaw.
Uh-huh.
Jack Bradshaw's mother lived with him for the last 15 years of her life?
Yeah, just about.
Okay, last 15 years of her life, this guy had the sack to go in and ask his mother, who cohabitates with him, who his favorite kid was.
Well, at least he didn't say he wasn't going to give her dinner if she didn't answer correctly.
Well, we don't know that didn't happen.
Jack.
You don't know. I could have been stepping on her oxygen hose.
Who'd she say?
Oh, Jack.
You're awful.
Oh,
You are such an awful person. I knew it the whole time, by the way. I knew it the whole time. I said, this guy, I don't know. Who is it?
What does it matter to you? One of my sisters. What does it matter? I can't.
Why do you think?
Why cause that fight between them?
No. But why do you think that sister was the favorite? What do you think she had that your mom enjoyed being around so much that made you not the favorite? Which is my favorite part.
Well, I didn't say really I wasn't the favorite.
Yeah, you just said it was one of your sisters.
No, there's a favorite sister.
Oh, okay. You can't do that.
And then there's me.
Yeah, you're the only boy.
I'm the golden child.
Yeah.
But with I think there's a dynamic because the first thing is parents that you're amazed when you have that second child is like, because the first child is like, okay, we got a handle on parenting. We know how this is going to work out. And then that second kid comes along and behaves in a totally different way with a totally different personality. You're like, wait, what's going on here?
Where did you come from?
So then you have to roll that into the dynamics of what the family unit is at that time. So the first child with my parents, it was in the 50s.
Oh, yeah.
So it was in the 50s. You know,
because your oldest sister's...
Right. My oldest sister, which I went to Tampa for this weekend, her 70th birthday.
Yeah, 70th birthday.
That's my oldest sister.
Yeah.
That's why I was in Tampa this weekend, or St. Pete.
My favorite Bradshaw story is actually the fact that his parents had one more daughter after Jack, just so that there would never be the argument that they only had kids up until they could get a boy and then they were done. So they're like, nope, let's have one more girl.
That's what the story was. Whatever.
I didn't tell you about the drive-in that night.
Gave me someone to pick on, I guess.
I only have my sister, and I think that, we're only talking about mothers because Jack's father was, passed when he was young, so you didn't really have a lot of input on what your dad would have liked more. You don't really know.
Yeah.
But for us, it was just myself and my sister. But in our immediate family, like I know a lot of families here in Central Florida, your cousins, especially in small towns, your cousins are kind of part of that almost like brother-sister kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was by far the favorite. By far.
Really?
I actually said something to my mom and my grandmother about how much attention they give me. I'm like, guys, you need to lighten up. No, I'm just joking. I was my grandmother's favorite. I think my sister was my mom's favorite, and really don't know about my dad. I'm really not 100% sure.
Didn't like anybody.
I'm virtually certain for most of the time I was not the favorite. But sister was. My mom and my sister were very close when she passed. It really, it was tough with my sister,
and will be for a while.
Yeah. But I mean, I think and then I think every parent has the different one. I think I'm alike one of my kids more than the others, but there are other aspects of my kids I absolutely adore that I don't like about the one that's most like me. So it is, and then my wife looks at it the same exact way. She has aspects of every kid you fall in love with, and then there's some of the stuff you don't. And she probably she has a kid that she definitely has more in common with than the others, and just has more of a connection with. And that stuff gets sticky sometimes.
Very.
You have to be very careful how you show that because kids pick up on it. And they take it very personally sometimes. It can cause some long-term damage,
100%. And, man, I am becoming more acutely aware as Naomi's writing her friend show, and Naomi has been kind of exploring the trauma of not only her childhood, but then what her mother went through and her mother went through and how that keeps getting passed along and until you can actually break the cycle, which is, what we're trying our best to do. And then I am, getting more focusing on my upbringing and what it was like not having a dad from before I turned 8, and
then being surrounded by women.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
I mean, being
literally surrounded by women.
Yeah.
It was inevitable that I would be the favorite.
Yeah.
After all those women, I'm not surprised.
We have a texter checking in, say, a woman, by the way. I have 2 kids, one ADHD, the other one is super high achiever, and it's an extremely difficult balance.
Yeah.
You have one that's, both ends of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
The bookends there. Deb, I can only imagine that with your mother, you were certainly the favorite. I don't know about your old man.
Well,
because
sadly,
you and your mom are still close. You're like sisters more than your brother or mother and daughter. When she came out to the event we did in Mount Dora, I double took. I was like, oh my God, they could be sisters.
Yeah,
your
I'm
mother's
very, thank you, very close to my mom.
Yeah.
I was, my brother was the hellion. He was the guy who kept,
he made it easy on him to pick it.
He kept, plates of food under his bed, or he'd come home after, how boys are. They'd eat something late at night, and rather than take the plate down to the kitchen, it's just as easy to slide it underneath the bed till mom goes to change the sheets and there's something living. And
he's older?
He's younger. He's
Younger
about
than
2.5 years younger. Yeah. And then when it came to my father, I was, up until the last time I saw him when I was 11, but I was a daddy's girl.
Oh, really?
I was a daddy's girl.
Yeah, that's a thing too. And then, dads have little girls. It's one of those things. It's just a daddy's girl thing. You're right.
So and then so that was. And it was difficult, and it used to cause fights between my brother and I.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
Because,
man, are you kidding?
That perception of you're the favorite, she loves you more, and it's like, well, then just clean out underneath your bed, man.
Right, exactly.
Just apply yourself. But it's not that easy.
It isn't that easy because there's so many personality traits, like Jack said, that get passed down. And, sometimes you see something in yourself that you don't like maybe, and you're like,
Yeah,
maybe.
Exactly. So it can be tricky between the parent and child, and it can be tricky between the siblings.
Yeah, it was weird with my dad and I because my dad grew up very difficult. I mean, he grew up on a farm, and his dad was pretty tough on him and didn't really have that. He didn't have a very cuddly relationship with his father. He respected his father and loved him till the day he died. And nobody loved my grandfather more than my dad did. My dad loved his dad, but his dad was very tough on him.
We forget.
I mean, really tough on him.
We forget too often in this modern age in children and parenting what it was like for our parents and our grandparents. They were raised in an era when children literally were expected to not speak until spoken to.
And have full-time jobs at 11.
I think I was talking about this actually recently with Glenn Klausman and saying that when he was a kid, they used to have to stand up when an adult walked in the room.
Yeah, we didn't have that. But, it was you did not speak. I mean, especially at the dinner table. You just didn't talk.
Did you ever hear the... Oh, I'm sorry, David.
No, I was just going to say, it just goes to show, now we coddle children, but back in the day, kids were just something you had because you got married. That's the next step. There were no questions of, do I want to have children?
Were you ever on the receiving end, don't cry or I'll give you something to cry about?
Hell yes, you just said my childhood.
How many times would you like me to...
Exactly.
That got said to me like every other day.
And my wife and I, we were just talking about it, and she was pointing out what a more damaging thing you can say to a child, because suppress your emotions, don't let it out, just learn to bottle it up and keep it inside, and put on a brave face.
Listen, some of that stuff applied fine. I am not going to look. Because here's the thing. If I'm in the store and I'm crying because I'm not getting a toy and it's like April, my dad would be like, you shut up, I'll give you something to cry about. I'm like, oh, you're right. Christmas is...
Yeah, and in my house, Mom would give you the look that said, we're about 10 seconds from making a walk out to the car.
Oh, my mom could do that one eyebrow arch thing.
That's what my mom does.
Yeah, that look.
One that the eyebrow look goes up that says, I'm about to beat your ass right here in front of God and everybody.
My old man took his belt off so fast it started a fire. That should be my ringtone, is the sound of my old man ripping that belt out of his dickies. So he could smelling like coal, so he could beat me senseless for doing whatever.
Yeah,
yeah, there he is.
There he is.
I'm coming, old man.
Oh, I remember one time when we were visiting my father, God rest his soul, and we were eating TV dinners, and they happened to be the Chinese food TV dinners. And if you remember, TV dinners are a delicacy in and of themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
You wonder what you did right when those came out.
Exactly. Especially with a little brownie in the corner.
You're like, what did we do? What happened?
Okay, well, this is way back. And the Chinese food ones weren't really very tasty. So I finished my
Unlike those others that were mwah.
Oh, Salisbury steak all day?
That's a good time. So my brother went and put his out and let the dog eat it. And I can still picture my father kicking my brother in the ass with his pointed cowboy boots.
Oh, man.
Ow.
I never got that one.
Yeah. I mean, the boys were hard.
I got the backhand. I got the belt. My dad was he was a foreman, so we had those triangle rulers.
No.
Yeah.
That fold out?
No. It looks like a star. Right?
Yeah.
When you look at it from the end, it's got three sides.
Yeah.
You don't want to catch those. You don't want to catch one of those across the knuckles.
Oh.
That's not very much fun.
That's not fun at all.
I looked at my dad. It's like, you're a nun? All right, 407-916. Load them up. Last call's next.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for Last Call on the Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041.
This Real Radio 1041 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast, and we've got a beautiful weekend ahead with sunshine tomorrow, the high 83, morning low 64 degrees. For Sunday, a couple of clouds in the afternoon, the high 85, 88 on Monday, and then 90 for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Now, there is some much-needed rain in the forecast for the end of next week associated with a cold front, so we're not stuck in this heat forever. In fact, spring doesn't come till the 20th of March. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Orlando Harley-Davidson Historic Factory. The countdown to Orlando Bike Week has begun, and it's all happening at the historic Orlando Harley-Davidson Factory, March 4th through the 13th. Live music, full bar, tattoos, food truck vendors, and so much more. Orlando Harley-Davidson Historic Factory, just off of I-4. You won't want to miss it.
Man, let me tell you something. A strong home begins with a strong foundation. Nobody knows that better than the guys over at Zano 521, the premier concrete coating experts here in Central Florida. Coatings are tough. Their crew is as well, led up by a former Army Ranger and Special Ops soldier, and they employ vets as well. Their techs are employees of the company, never subcontracted. And Zano 521, they make the tough stuff, man. These coatings are 6 times stronger than epoxy, and unlike epoxies, base cut fully cures in just 24 hours. Plus, they have incredible colors to match whatever scene you have. Patios, pool decks, driveways, garages. There is limitless possibilities for these coatings. Lifetime warranty against fading or yellowing, and not to mention 15-year warranty against popping and peeling. And that top coat is non-porous. That means no mold or mildew, gas, grease, no problem whatsoever. And these guys will be with you the entire way, prepping your concrete and getting you the best surface available by far in all of Central Florida. For that free, no obligation, no pressure estimate, visit the website. It's Zano521.com. That's XANO521.com.
Searching for things these days can be confusing. Searching for the right lawyer doesn't need to be. I'm Steve Kramer, and our firm is committed to helping you with any legal issue. Kramer Law, one firm for life. Offices, Altamont Springs. OneFirmForLife.com.
Why Safe Touch? Safe Touch cameras are event-driven, watching for events before they happen, alerting you immediately so you can react. For $39.95 a month, get 3 color cameras, 24-hour recording, secure storage, and more. Visit safetouch.com for a free survey and demonstration. License numbers EF233LVA.
Sell your used or junk car today. 800-962 Cars. It's the quick and easy way. 800-962 Cars. You will get top dollar pay. 800-962 Cars. So sell your vehicle today. 800-962 Cars. If it doesn't run, we'll pick it up. 800-962 Cars. 962 Cars.
Start driving the truck that you deserve today. Visit nationstrucks.com and take advantage of interest rates as low as 1.99% and make no payments till July. Ford, Chevy, Dodge Ram, and GMC, you can find them all at Nations Trucks, the world's largest independent truck dealer.
Monster Jam World Finals returns to Orlando. Coming to Camping World Stadium May 21st and 22nd. Brought to you by BKT Tires. Don't miss the biggest Monster Jam event of the year. Visit monsterjam.com for event details.
Tools help us tackle all kinds of challenges. The same goes for financial tools, like an Amscot Cash Advance. Up to $500 when you need it, with no credit check. Get started at amscot.com.
Amscot.
Some restrictions apply.
Have you used your free at-home COVID test and aren't sure where to turn next? Mario Lopez here, and I can safely say that COVID Clinic can help you. With locations all around the country, COVID Clinic can help you and your family stay safe with regular testing. They offer no-cost-to-patient testing and PCR tests with same-day results. With a large stock of PCR tests, you'll never have to worry about not being able to be tested, offering true peace of mind. So find a location nearest you and register for your PCR test today at covidclinic.org.
All smashed up, don't know what to do. Just call Mo so you won't be singing the blues. Injured on your go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO.
Orlando Attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
A little to the left. Now to the right. Back to the left just a bit. Oh, that's good. Oh, wait. I think it was supposed to go on a different wall.
You're kidding!
Armstrong Air believes that comfort doesn't need to be complicated. We'll help keep you warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Visit ArmstrongAirInc.com and let Armstrong Air deliver the comfort you deserve. Mention this ad for a residential $79 precision AC tune-up. Turn to the experts today with Carrier and Armstrong Air.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with a beautiful green lawn. Get it growing with Scott's Triple Action Lawn Fertilizer, starting at $29.98. And save $50 on the Skill 40-volt mower. Was $299, now $249. Create a season full of green and keep it looking pristine. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, aisle 33 through 39. U.S. only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
At Checkers, we love our #1 famous seasoned fries. So we added the same secret blend of spices to create our new fry seasoned chicken tenders for Oscar. Because he's been mixing concrete all day.
Hold on. Wait, where's my phone?
So we mixed up the flavors and coated some white meat chicken in Checkers' famous fry seasoning. Just for him. Phones come and go, but flavors forever, Oscar. Now go get your new fry seasoned tenders. You've earned it. Fry seasoned chicken tenders. Only at Checkers.
This Earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
Hey guys, happy Friday. By the way, where do they put all the bad rainbows? In prison. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
Very good. All right. That's our talkback feature. You can use that if you want. Factor that into your way to contact us. Download the iHeartRadio app. Go to Real Radio when you do that, and you'll see the microphone there. Leave a message. 30 seconds or less. Make it fun. Have some fun. Take a shot at one of us. Give us a compliment. I don't care.
And
you're not going to hurt my feelings.
It's a way to listen to the station static-free.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have one line open for last call, just one. So hop on board at 407-916-1041. Jack, tomorrow, big deal for you, buddy. You got going to be out in Sanford?
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this. The Touch a Truck event. It's a family-friendly event, free, open to the public, but it's going to be their disaster equipment showcase. So it's vehicles from all over the county, all the different departments, fire, police, rescue. There's going to be, I'll have the Real Radio van out there and just meeting with people, and it's going to be perfect weather. And it's from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., and it's right on the Sanford, the waterfront, right by Fort Mellon Park.
Yeah, very easy to find.
Yeah.
Just drive to the river and look right.
Yeah, basically.
What you got going this weekend?
I've got my best friend coming into town, hang out with me.
Really?
Yeah.
From Wisconsin?
No, Hildy.
Oh, okay. I thought she lived here.
She does, but she lives in Maitland, and so she's heading out to my
coming
neck
into
of the
Mount
woods.
Dora. Very nice.
Yeah. By the way, I just saw this
Legend,
interesting
by the way.
headline. Oh, yeah,
She's a
without
legend.
doubt.
She knows you come to Maitland like 5 days a week. Right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, but working,
yeah.
working.
What were you saying?
Just saw this interesting headline. Teacher left a classroom on a stretcher after a 5-year-old student's attack.
Oh, really?
Right in the nuts?
Well,
What?
no. I tell you what happened. Look, man, my ex, she worked with autistic kids.
Yeah.
Oh, my good, yeah.
And, I think in that time that she worked with those kids, she was stabbed twice. Actually, 3 times. I think once with a pencil, once with a pen, and once with a pair of scissors.
Yeah,
and here's the best part. They don't even really know what they're doing.
No. They do not know how to control their anger.
You can't even get mad at them because it is, and there's no emotion when it's happening. It's just almost involuntary,
Yeah, and that becomes a real issue, especially as boys grow into maturity and you have all of those testosterone running through their veins. It can make aggressiveness even more dangerous.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We'll get the last call here in 1 second. Hope you have a big weekend planned. I did want to say this just before we get out of here. I didn't know this, but I know President Biden, when he gave his speech, he talked about buying American. Of course, everybody tries to do that.
Right.
Do you know what that means? Do you know what it means? You would think theoretically you know what it means when you say buy American. What is the obvious definition of buy American mean when you hear that?
A product that was manufactured here by Americans in America.
100%. Unfortunately, that's not the exact definition of made in America according to this. And it's been this way for a while, and the initiative is to get that more up there. But as it is right now, under the current rules, you can say it's made in America if 55% of the product contains products or the workforce that created it here in America. So only 55%. Biden announced Friday, beginning in October of this year, that threshold will jump to 60%. And by 2024, it'll be 65%, finishing in 2029 at 75%. And I love this idea.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah. As long as that percentage goes up.
Idea that much more of a percentage of the product has to be made in this country for it to be considered made in America.
Yep.
Because let me tell you what, that is a delicately balanced game that is played in a number of businesses. Number one, textiles.
Oh, yeah.
That is a shaky business when it comes to that made in America thing and those percentages, because there are people who are dedicated to that, and they want to keep their money here in America, keep it local, which I completely believe in. But every time you shop on Google or whatever, understand, obviously you can't control that. You actually have to do a little work to find that out, but they're increasing that threshold. So now by 2029, 75% of the product or service has to be based right here in the U.S. Good for you. That's awesome news, by the way.
And part of the infrastructure plan was to use American, work,
Absolutely.
labor, products.
And what better way to personify that than what we're dealing with right now?
Exactly.
When you get cut off from the global trading program, whatever, your country be self-sufficient.
It really exposed the weaknesses, in supply chains and stuff when it's like, oh, we don't have all of this that we need, and we're dependent upon other nations to get this. And it happened with a lot of the medicines.
Yep.
Exactly. I've always felt that way about the space program.
Yeah, semiconductors, those high-level electronics that power so much of our world now. If you don't have complete access to that or power that, what are you? You're the leverage against you at that point is great.
Deb, what happened to the teacher?
The teacher...
They died, Jack.
No, with the 5-year-old.
The teacher was taken to the hospital, but was hit with feet and fists before 10 a.m. on Wednesday.
Some of them 5-year-olds, little fat bastards.
No, but it's...
Throw a punch, man. I'm telling you. Some of those guys are ruthless. I've had to punch a 5-year-old. It happens. So they got to learn.
How old were you at the time?
I don't know.
We want to thank...
47. What do we have to thank today, Deb? We're going to
go. I'm going to get you out of this, my friend.
No, don't worry. Push me in deeper.
Want to thank Jeff Pilson?
Yeah, absolutely. He's the last one we're going to thank. First, we want to thank Corona Cigar Company. Don't forget about that great package they're offering for only $119, and they'll ship it to you for free. Amy Drew Thompson with the Orlando Sentinel, Nicole Dupre, and last but never least, Jeff Pilson from Foreigner. Thanks for a stellar interview, dude.
Yeah, you can hear that interview at JimColbertLive.com. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, it was great.
I never thought he'd say that about himself.
Click on the one that says Jay Leno.
Yeah, exactly.
It won't quite sound like Jeff, but it'll be enjoyable.
Fake it.
Mike, last call.
Mike Larson here. Hey, Jackie-O, I need to make you an offer you can't refuse on your Nissan Altima. You give me the car, I'll stop phoning into last call. Bada boom, we got a deal or what?
Oh, that's worth it.
That might be worth the $20K.
I'll have to talk to you after the show. Matt, last call.
Hey, Jim Phillips is the reason I started listening to radio, and Jim Colbert Show is the reason why I still listen to radio. And I've been trying to give Jack credit, but Jim, you're right. He's the darkest one on the bunch because stepping on your mama's oxygen hose.
This guy's the biggest shill in the entire joint.
I didn't finish the job. I didn't let it off.
You didn't finish the job. What are you, some kind of a Sicilian hitman?
It's clear to us now.
Exactly. It's all clear to us now.
Thanks for peeling back the curtain, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
And thanks for still listening. We appreciate it.
Listen, you know what the least surprising thing would be? 10 feds coming here and dragging that guy out by his hair. That's the least surprising thing that would have happened to me in this business. Corey, last call. Get out of here.
Was a car hauler for a company. Met a girl. She was a school teacher. She thought I was cheating on her, but anyway, summertime came where she was off. She rode with me. Long story short, stopped working for that company, bought our own rig, and now every time she's off work on the holidays, Christmas, spring break, all that kind of stuff, on the road. Traveling the country.
How much that rig cost you?
It's a 16 Pete with a 40-inch cab and a 9-car Holland Cottrell. It cost us right at $280.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Oh, ride safe there, Corey.
Buy me one.
Yeah, just
Do
buy
a
you
long hauling.
$280,000 car.
Yeah,
no
why
biggie.
not?
I thought that was
Lambo,
shameless.
right? All right, let's get the hell out of here. Got a big weekend coming up. Don't forget, if you're out in Sanford tomorrow, go see Jack at the
Touch a Truck.
Yeah.
Fort Mellon Park. Touch a Truck. He's going to be out there. I'm going to be in downtown Sanford tonight enjoying a comedy show. If you see me, give me a high five, but don't say anything.
I'm going to be on my couch.
Buy
Don't
Jim a
bother me.
highlight.
yeah.
Buy me a highlight. All right, on behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Shookie. They follow the Monsters in the morning after us. Tom and Dan with the corporate time. What the hell is Angel listening to? Bungalow and the Bus, and the best music on the weekends all weekend long.
Buddy.
Sunday morning coming down. Sunday night vinyl. Keep it tuned in right here all weekend long. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. We'll see you Monday for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, see ya.
Have a great weekend. Bye.
Yep, you got it, Toyota.
A corporate time with Tom and Dan is coming up.